Hello and welcome to Culture Shock, the pop culture podcast brought to you by four aging millennials and our outdated opinions. I'm your host Corey, and with me as always is.
Hey, I'm Adrian, and remember, all you have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to you.
I would have gone with you to the end, into the very fires of Mordor. And I'm Doug.
I don't know half of you half as well as I should like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve. And I'm Mike.
Today we're going to talk about part one of my favorite series of all time, Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring. I will host this podcast, though I don't know the way.
Then you shall have my tech skills.
And you shall have my fun facts.
That's awesome.
Thanks, guys. I hope you all had your second breakfast today because you're coming along with us. There's not enough things good I could say about all three movies, but today we're doing the first movie, Fellowship of the Ring. And I'm sorry for everybody who wants to hear us do all three at the same time. I apologize, because I want to do all three of them tonight. I have about 8 hours, so. Is there, I want to get this out of the way, first of all, because me and Doug are huge super fans of these movies.
Very much so.
Doug even said that it's better every time he watches it, and I can't disagree with that at all.
It was so hard to just watch the one movie last night.
It is. Time restraint is the only reason I didn't watch all three just right now. But Adrian and Mike, we don't really know if you guys even like these movies. So, Mike, I know you watched it today. What did you think?
Okay, so this is what. Let me get into this. All right, I tried to watch it last night, but I was super fucking tired, and I couldn't keep my eyes open. So, I made it like 30, 40 minutes in.
Well, then you do a rail and you pay the fuck attention to your TV.
Well, no. I wanted to give it my full attention. There's too many distractions going on, and I just was falling asleep. So
what you're saying is you wanted to watch this movie, but it was too boring? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Don't do that.
Because of the distractions.
Am I leading the witness?
No, because of the distractions and everything. I actually didn't really know what the fuck was going on, and I was falling asleep. So I was like, okay.
So you're saying you hate it?
This.
Objection, leading the witness.
For someone who doesn't know, who isn't super knowledgeable about the Middle Earth and everything, has never probably never even heard of the Silmarillion. I can understand needing some help to follow along.
One of the things I wanted to say before I tell you about how I felt about it after watching it today is I've seen all three of these movies once. And it was over 15 years ago, and I remember jack shit from all of them. So, I watched it today, and from the very beginning, actually giving it my full attention, I didn't want to look away. The story was very riveting. I loved all the characters. Honestly, I did. I don't think there's There's the two comic relief hobbits. I can't remember their names.
You don't like Merry and Pippin?
I had the same complaint about them that Adrian had about the one guy in Lightyear. They're literally fucking everything up all the time. How are these people like that one? They would not have had to fight all those fucking orcs if he wouldn't have fucked up and knocked that goddamn skeleton down that well.
That's in the nature of a hobbit to be clumsy and.
I didn't see Frodo fucking up. I didn't see Bilbo fucking up.
Frodo got stabbed three times.
Yeah, he got hurt, but he didn't fuck the
he put the ring on 3 times.
Well, he got stabbed.
He definitely shouldn't have put the ring on.
Yeah, but he got stabbed the first time because of their fire.
Yeah.
And fire.
And to be fair, Bilbo
Sam's
might have
only mistake in the whole franchise.
Bill, yeah. I was gonna say, and Sam, I don't think he fucked up at all once.
No, he lit that fire too.
He's
culpable.
As far as all the hobbits go, Sam's probably the most fucking. He's the most solid.
He's the hero of the entire series. First of all,
I mean,
and it's even hinted at when they make Galadriel.
yeah. That's actually one of the things I was going to say.
Yeah, I actually really like this movie. My first thought when I was actually paying attention to it the first time, my first thought was like, who the fuck did this score? Because it's amazing. Like the music just gets you really into the movie. Like it sets the tone, sets the mood. I don't know. I know I'm probably shocking you guys. I think you guys thought I was going to hate this movie, but
I actually did think you were going to hate it.
I actually really enjoyed it. I can't wait to watch the next one.
Howard Shore, by the way, did the score.
Well, he fucking did a phenomenal job. I loved it.
Well, I will tell you this, Mike. They get more fantastical every movie. So
this is one of those rare franchises where it literally the next one is just better than the one that came for it every time.
Yep. So you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Like Fellowship is a 10 out of 10. Two Towers is an 11 out of 10.
Exactly.
I'm not going to lie to you. As somebody, I love middle-aged type stuff as far as story-wise.
Middle-aged.
Everything goes. You know what I mean? Medieval.
Hey, we are Gandalf out of this one.
But like I love those kind of stories. That's why. Yeah, that's why I'm shocked that I have never watched Game of Thrones, because I love those kind of stories.
Yeah, anything medieval-ish or fantasy with dragons, I love. Yeah. So
I loved all the elves, just about all of them. Obviously, one of Doug's favorite actors is one of the elves, Hugo Weaving.
Yeah, Elrond is one of the best elves.
Hugo Weaving is in 3 of my favorite fucking movies of all time: Lord of the Rings, The Matrix, and V for Vendetta.
Gimli the dwarf was probably one of my favorite characters. It was, for me, it was a toss up between him and Aragorn. Am I saying that right?
Aragorn. Yeah, there's an
Aragorn is my favorite character.
Or Strider, if you want to say his first name.
Thank God they recast Viggo Mortensen instead of that Stewart dude.
Wait, who was it?
Stewart something. I don't know his last name. I just know Viggo Mortensen wasn't the original choice.
Oh,
they thought the other guy looked too young, so they switched him.
I thought you meant Michael McDowell, the guy who plays Stewart on.
Oh no!
I can do.
Oh God!
The last
Michael
thing
McDonald or whatever.
Michael McDonald, yeah.
That was my favorite Mad TV skit.
Absolutely.
Yeah. As the last thing I'll kind of say before we really get into it, I loved kind of seeing Sean Bean in a role where he's not actually the bad guy. Like he kind of tried to take the.
He's
ring,
greedy, but he's not.
But he kept his honor.
He kept his
honor, and he was actually he overall was a good character. He was a good guy.
The ring corrupts even the best. So
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
It wasn't his
fault.
Gandalf,
except Galadriel.
Well, she was the best of the best.
Yeah,
Gandalf really was literally is do not tempt me. So I mean, naturally, yeah.
We all watched the extended editions, right?
Yeah, 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Well, 3 hours and 20 minutes. But if you actually sat there, I did not sit there and watch the special thanks to the fucking Foundation.
There's 6.5 minutes of special thanks.
I kept skipping in case maybe there was a Marvel after credits type fucking scene.
This is 2001, bro.
Yeah, I know,
before that nightmare started.
It's fucking in my it's engraved in my head now.
Yeah, I do it even when I watch old movies.
Yeah, you complain about it, but it's your program. You've been conditioned. You've been programmed.
I don't care if it's a Marvel movie or not. When I go to the movie theaters now, I watch the credits.
Oh, because they're in movies that aren't Marvel anymore.
I do want to point out real quick that the newest episode of Rick and Morty, they mention Marvel movies. So it's just a real quick throwaway line, but they mention how many there's been and how many are coming, and
you just had to say
it. And you can hear more about that in the next Marvel episode we do.
Well, there's 40 of them to do, so don't worry.
Yeah. You guys will hear that in 2027 when the next Marvel movie comes out. So
wait,
Adrian,
you asked Mike how he felt. Yeah,
he kind of already got it out, I think. Adrian,
I said a lot.
In your rewatch, because there was a huge misconception back when these movies came out that it was just 3 movies of guys walking, and that's it.
Fucking Clerks too, damn it.
Well, not only that movie, even this is why I'm bringing this up, because back when I loved these movies in high school, Adrian had that same problem with them. He said they're boring and it's just a bunch of guys walking to a mountain. And this is before Clerks 2 ever came out.
Oh, that's true. I think he has to talk about Mary. I think he has to mention why he watched it. I knew he was gonna hate it.
No, I don't.
Fuck you.
I don't hate it at all.
But Adrian has a more sophisticated taste in movies now, so I was anxious to see him.
Wait,
have
If
him watch
he
this.
if he realized it was actually a masterpiece,
Let me
Yeah,
ask you that. Is
that
that
has
true? Because
not a
Adrian,
close equal in any other franchise that it's often compared to that I won't bring up.
Okay, don't don't lead the witness so Adrian gets pissed and hates it. I want to hear his actual take.
is that true? Because Adrian hates every movie.
No, he doesn't. That's you, Mike.
No, Mike hates love. Adrian, go ahead.
Mike hates
Yeah.
that.
There wasn't really love in this. That's why I loved it.
You liar.
There's
Sam
so
loves
much
Frodo.
love. It's just platonic. love.
That's a bromance, not like a
Still.
like romantic.
Wait till you see
That's
the third movie.
bro
You'll change your
love,
mind.
bro. Yeah,
No, so I
but I
watched
can carry you. I'll stop there.
much like Mike. I've watched these movies one time in my life.
What?
They weren't the director's cut.
And wasn't it just a few years ago?
It was like probably about a year ago.
Wait, so this was your first experience with the director's cut?
Yes.
Oh my god!
The movie felt its runtime. I don't mean that as an insult. But it didn't necessarily fly by for me like, wow, that was only 3.5 hours.
I couldn't believe it was over, and I knew it was. And I knew it.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like wanting more. When it ended, I was kind of like, oh, come on.
Don't worry. There's a lot more.
There's a lot more.
There's
Turns
2 more
out
movies, right?
There's more. I hate giving, as you all know, I hate giving my brother credit for anything. But this is
that's me.
This is a pretty fucking good movie.
Yeah, I gotta say I was excited to hear it too, because like with Back to the Future, you kind of had that same man. It's been a really long time since I saw this. This is way better than I remember.
Yeah, I just think I think like one of the biggest praises I can give it is it's just fucking perfectly paced.
Yeah.
There's really not a moment where nothing's happening. It starts slow, but I think that's necessary to get you kind of into the lore and the mythology.
It's story building.
You're supposed to feel the peace before everything fucking takes off.
Yep.
Calm before the storm.
Yeah.
I absolutely will say if you don't pay attention to that first like 20-30 minutes, you're gonna have no idea what the fuck is going on in the movie.
I'm gonna keep stealing Adrian's fun facts here. Little fun fact.
Yeah.
You know the opening prologue, New Line Cinema, they only wanted that to be 2 minutes max, but they recorded a 7.5 minute version anyway, and they're like, well, fuck it. I guess we need to just leave it in.
I'm glad it did, because like 2 minutes I don't think would have been enough to explain everything.
As somebody
7.5
now
wasn't enough.
As somebody now who goes into these episodes thinking we can record for an hour and be done, and then has to talk for 2.5 hours and edit it down to 2, I understand that thinking now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was shocked. Our last episode I just edited still ended up being 2 hours, which is 3 of us.
Turns out we never shut the fuck up.
We don't. We really don't.
I can't believe you guys ever thought we'd be a 1 hour long episode.
I don't know.
We do. There are some very rare occasions where we get something like an hour and a half.
The episodes we do where there's 3 or even 2 of us, we can do it in an hour and a half. But 4 of us, there's too much to say.
I think before I bet if, because we haven't done a 2-man since we very first started this thing almost. I bet if we did one now, it would go way longer than 50.
Me and Adrian did Resident Evil. It went pretty quick.
And Corey and I did one with Adrian kind of jumping in halfway through.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And Corey and I did Halloween. The fuck are you talking about, Doug? You don't listen to our podcast.
No. I said me and him. I specifically
you
on
and
me and
Corey.
Corey doing 2-man.
Okay.
Ours
was the comic one.
Yeah, the things we would do a 2-man about, I guarantee we could go on for far longer than 50.
Yeah, it would be hard to.
Your guys' was like episode 4 or 5 of the podcast.
Exactly.
That's why I'm really excited eventually to do.
And that was before we knew each other, so it was like awkward getting
Right.
going. And then, but once we got going, it was.
You guys were both like Garth from Wayne's World, like this is weird.
I think Doug and I could do a pretty long episode on Boy Meets World. So yeah,
oh my
I
god,
see
dude! I'd do it season by season.
Yeah, me too for sure.
It's one of my favorite sitcoms of all time.
Yep, it was my favorite when I was a kid, and it's still the rewatch.
Well, guys, that
amazing.
might be the first one I miss.
About fucking
we won't
time.
miss you.
Wait,
Don't
what?
worry.
Corey missed his alarm and didn't get to school on time. I'm sorry, I was more of a Saved by the Bell
here's
person.
Yeah, it was.
Behind the scenes fun fact for everybody. Corey would have missed 2 episodes had we, the other guy showed up
Doug
to
has
record
to get
them
this
those
out.
nights.
Well, hold on.
Doug has to tarnish your perfect record.
I was and then Mike and
No,
Adrian just
it's-
didn't show up because Corey wasn't there.
He didn't tarnish he didn't tarnish my perfect record. Those games were canceled because of rain, okay?
This isn't really going to make us
Damn.
look any better, but one of those times we all did show up, except for because Corey couldn't be there, and we just talked forever and couldn't decide what we were going to fucking record. the
That's
three of us.
true. We
We just ended
bullshitted
up
for like
listening-
3 hours.
We just ended up listening to music, and then finally we're like, guys?
Oh, that's right. Because me and Adrian got on a half hour early, and we were listening to music, and then
Yeah.
we didn't stop when you got
Yep.
on.
Nope. We just kept listening to music, and
And
Guys,
Corey wasn't here.
I'm
to
a
bitch
bit
about
of
it.
I'm a bit of the cowboy rancher in this group. I have to kind of corral them into a pen.
like I said, me telling that wasn't really going to make us look any better.
Adrian just knows that if he brings up a topic I'm interested in, I'll forget what I'm supposed to be doing completely and go for hours.
Focus.
But
Like Frodo,
Fellowship of the Ring. I would say it's masterfully paced. I love all the characters. Great cast. Music, Michael already talked about. I think I called you Michael. What the
Can
fuck?
I ask you a quick question about the pacing?
Hello, I'm Michael.
Adrian,
I am Michael. yeah, good.
uh,
I think it's
In the
because it. Never mind. It's
in the
Howard
beginning,
Shore.
more in the first hour, you notice lots of quick jumps from part to part. Would you have liked a little more in between those, or did you like that they just skipped the in between?
I did and I didn't. Do I love this movie? Yes. Do I have a few complaints? Yes. Did I
course.
look for a couple nitpicks because I'm Hadrian? Yeah. I may have. As some of the quick cuts were one of the things I had an issue with.
Yeah, they kind of don't fade out. They just like quickly cut to the
It just
next
goes
thing.
like they're in the middle of talking to something and then fucking
Yeah.
Gandalf's
Yeah, but-
riding a horse. Like, wait, what?
I didn't get lost in any of that though. I understood what was happening.
An entire month and 2 days passed in 10
Yeah.
and 15 minutes.
No,
of
yeah,
it.
Mike.
I will
Mike
say that
sorry,
was
sorry,
confusing.
Michael.
Michael, as we're now calling him.
Motorcycle.
You don't get
I'm
lost in
Michael.
that. You don't get lost in that stuff, Mike. If you're kind of paying attention and you're watching the movie, but when you're looking for problems, which I do eventually do when I watch movies,
If
you do see
the
that
more I
stuff
watch
and-
something, yeah.
and Adrian goes into each movie looking for those problems.
Oh, yeah.
That's because he hates everything.
I found
He
him.
wants to
I
have
found him.
everything.
He likes to spit in the faces of our loyal listeners as much as possible.
Yeah, every one of our listeners, fuck you if you like this movie. I love it.
I agree with Adrian about the pacing, but the quick cuts really didn't phase me. The only part that kind of threw me off at first was they were like, "Oh, it's been 6 months or something like that." Like, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know how they traveled so far. Like, there's a part that just kind of threw me off. It was, I think, when they were at
Well,
the bar.
There actually
in,
is
or whatever.
somebody went through and did the actual travel and how long it would take them and how many miles they went, because it's all fantasy. That none of that land exists. So somebody
many
went
miles?
through the text.
Are you
and,
claiming New Zealand isn't real?
not New Zealand?
Just tell me how many miles.
Hobbiton's
I
there.
don't remember
you
the
can still
exact-
go visit it.
Somebody actually went through and found the maps and like did the journey and how long it would take them to walk.
You
and-
could actually look this up pretty easily because the maps of Middle Earth are mapped
Yeah.
out with realistic.
It's not just
What?
like walking through New Zealand right now.
I
It's-
said, were the Proclaimers there when they were doing the math?
I don't know if the Proclaimers ever climbed a mountain and went through the mines of
I don't know.
Moria.
I do know that they walked 500
you don't know
miles,
that though.
and
Yeah,
then they
that's
walked
true.
500
They may
more.
have gone through the mines before the fall of Balin. They may have made it, like went and visited.
So according to Lord of the Ring wiki, in total it took 11 months, 1 week, and 6 days for the One Ring to be destroyed from when Frodo started his trip.
Okay.
But so that's all 3 movies then, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's all 3 movies. Yeah, that's like
that's
almost a year.
that's a
then.
long. Yeah,
That's
and that makes
that's a long
perfect sense.
journey.
That's a long journey.
I'm
I was gonna-
You're on foot.
specifically going to avoid talking about Two Towers and Return of the King in this episode.
Thank you,
so I can
because
say that
I
I don't know about Corey, but
No, I will.
one time my brother had all 3 of them on DVD, and he decided we were going to watch all 3 of them right in a row, starting at 9:00 at night.
that's how I've always done it.
starting at 9 at night.
But starting at 9:00 at night was stupid.
What
Were
the
they-
fuck?
They were the extended editions, right?
Yes,
All right. So what?
Yeah,
You don't have
okay.
11 hours to spare.
I fell asleep in between a bunch of shit. Okay, I was tired. He's like, you can't fall asleep. I'm like, dude, it's fucking 6 o'clock in the morning right now, fucker.
Oh, I'm Mike. I can't watch
Matt,
3 movies in 12 hours.
Since I know you're listening, good on you. You should have punched him in the dick for it.
Bro, listen. Mike slept so long when he woke up, Sean Astin was playing football for Notre Dame.
And then he was wearing like a fishnet top suddenly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Doug.
That was such a double layer.
His name is Doug in that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And then he died. Oh wait, you guys haven't watched that yet. Never mind.
God damn it!
He just spoiled Stranger Things.
Dude, he doesn't make it through the first season.
No.
You guys see what happens? I fucking try to talk up one movie, and then I'm like, but here's what sucks about it. Since we're running out of time, I loved Fellowship of the Ring. I think it's a great starting point as far as like fantasy goes. Now, I'll be honest, like, would I call this one of my favorite movies of all time? No, because this kind of thing just has never done it for me.
You need all 3 to really appreciate the first one.
All right, I actually think this is one of those like trilogies films that is really good at just ending and then picking back up and continuing like it's cohesive.
And this movie definitely leaves off where like the next one should pick right up.
There's not gonna be like a 20-year gap or something.
Right. But for this genre, I think this is like the best you can do it. I think it came out during a perfect time where CGI was good enough. It wasn't like the 90s CGI that was terrible. Like, but it was before like they used CGI for everything.
Yeah, it was.
Well, Peter Jackson himself loved to avoid CGI as much as possible. That's why in like any scene where you see battles and stuff, all of those are people in handmade costumes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They made like over 10,000 sets of handmade chainmail armor for like extras and stuff for the
Mithril.
Wait, even that giant orc?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all just Dwayne. That was Dwayne Johnson.
Oh no.
Andre the Giant was dead by then.
Not in 2001.
No, that orc was actually.
Whatever.
That orc would actually.
It was the deceased corpse of Andre the Giant.
That fits because
he came out of the ground.
There were a lot of dead bodies in that scene.
There were. That orc would go on to play that fucking big thing in Resident Evil 4. Whose name escapes me.
What a glow up.
What a glow up.
I don't know.
His resume is fucking stacked.
His what? His resume?
Yes.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Well, Mike, he was still thinking about Resident Evil, so a D snuck in there. Resume.
Where's everybody? As
Leon always sneaks in there.
As Leon would say, where's everybody going? Mordor?
Dude, Adrian, that remake of Resident Evil 4, if that line is not in there, I'm going to fucking riot.
The bingo line?
The bingo line better be in there.
Oh, it has to be.
So, Adrian, since you're the most nitpicky person here about movies, how did you feel about the fight scenes?
The fight scenes?
Yeah.
I thought it was really good choreography throughout. The only one I had an issue with, I did not like the fucking wizard fight at the beginning.
Oh, you know what? Okay, yeah, that was kind of weird.
They were just kind of like pointing their sticks at each other and they went flying. Like I felt like that left a lot to be desired.
I can't point my stick at you and you don't fall over.
Did they make up for it when he made a mountain like almost?
Oh, absolutely.
And then when you shot up past.
You shot, and I'm not saying I wanted like a fucking Dumbledore versus Voldemort kind of thing. I'm saying
that's another thing.
What's that?
Why the fuck did Harry Potter made Dumbledore when Michael Gambon took over look almost exactly like Gandalf?
Because he already looked exactly like Gandalf.
He really did.
I
can't make the joke I want to make because it's something in the second.
Do you think J.K. Rowling was like playing off of that?
Hey! That's she who shall not be named. Thank you.
We don't talk about her.
I just got chills. Much like
said that name.
You said
much
the
like
name.
The hyenas, much like the hyenas in The Lion King when they see Mufasa.
Mufasa Matata. Oh wait, that's not the phrase.
Yeah, but as far as fantasy goes, I think this is the best you can do it. It has that epic adventure feel. It feels very like earthy and fucking. It feels like they're really going through some shit. Yeah. I think the movie like thematically has something for everybody. It has like brotherhood. It has friendship. It has like hope and honor and it even has some fucking scary moments, like when Bilbo's asking Frodo if he can hold the ring one more time.
Yeah.
Like, ah!
Oh, that face. That's one of the most like remembered thing about that first movie is the face he makes when he goes for it.
Yeah.
It even has a little bit of romance, which I actually didn't think sucked.
And when Galadriel like popped off with, I'd become like the fucking queen of despair.
Oh man,
Yeah.
You will look on me and love me and no despair.
Oh, it's just like,
Yeah.
Here's where I want to. Since we're talking about Galadriel, here's where I want to add my little hidden thing that was kind of in the movie. If you didn't pay attention, you didn't catch it. I don't know if the two of you caught it, but
Yeah, well,
there's a point where she's giving them all advice, kinda. She's all. It's all very like riddle me this ways she's telling people things.
It's the Riddler.
At one point, she looks right at Sam, and she says, "But there is still hope while the company remains true." She's looking right at Sam because she knows he's actually the hero who's going to get him there.
He
knows,
true friend.
yeah.
It's the true friend who's always going to be there for him.
Did you guys know that Galadriel is Kate Blanchett?
Yeah, thank you. Did you know Galadriel is the main elf lady in the new Rings of Power show, just younger.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
This is hundreds of years before.
Thousands.
I
of
heard that
years
show
old.
sucks.
Is that
It's very slow paced so far, but
We're not talking about that.
we're not talking
on
about
this
that right
episode.
now.
because
Anyway.
elves don't age unless they choose to live a mortal life, right? Like
So-
Yeah, right.
Liv Tyler.
Adrian, I was gonna say Liv Tyler. You know how many times I saw this movie before I realized whose daughter she was.
Oh, really?
I only knew that right away because the first time. Okay, I lied. I guess I've seen Fellowship of the Ring 3 times now. Because the first time I ever watched it was in 7th grade in reading class, and the first thing that fucking Mrs. Culbertson said was that's Steven Tyler's daughter. I was like, oh,
Nice.
God, was she gorgeous
Miss-
in this movie?
Oh, for
I knew
sure.
I knew that because of the music video where Steven Tyler's singing to her and
Yeah.
for Armageddon.
I
I knew.
I
It was
feel
his
like I
daughter.
should have known because her last name is Tyler.
When they when they are sitting down there, and I don't remember what's the land the first elf land they go to with Elrond and
is it
Gadriel?
Rivendell or Rare?
No.
It starts with an R.
Rupert Grint.
Anyway,
Wait,
when they're
with Galadriel. Oh,
yeah, when they're forming the Fellowship.
Oh no! With Elrond. With Elrond, it's Rivendell. Yeah.
Okay, it is.
I was
Rivendell.
right. Fuck you.
Wow, I didn't say you were wrong.
Hey,
Yes, you did.
Don't
No,
go
I
back
didn't.
where he got me once in the Back to the Future episode.
I
so
literally said that, and you
this
said
is his
no.
thing.
I didn't say no. Fuck
It's
off.
Mike's thing. Let him have his moment.
Don't worry. Since me or Corey's gonna edit this episode, we can fix it.
Yeah, Mike will be wrong either way. But
Enjoy it while it lasts.
do you guys have? Because when I was young, when they formed the Fellowship, it's 9 people, obviously, and my favorite going through these 3 movies when I was younger was always Legolas
Same.
because he was a badass with a bow, and I always liked the elf. Like even when we played Dungeons and Dragons, half the time I was an elf, but like I just
Every
liked.
time I played it, I was an elf.
But Legolas used to be my favorite because of how badass he was. Like I kind of moved over to more of the thinker, or even Gimli might be my favorite, honestly, because
Gimli's amazing.
he's fucking amazing. But did you guys have a favorite of the original Fellowship?
I'll go first. I originally, when it was same as you. Like when I saw these when I was younger, I was instantly drawn to Legolas. I started playing D&D when I was 12, and before I even saw this movie. So because they can and everything. So it was like instantly, it was like, oh, that's so cool. And Orlando Bloom kind of fucking kills it in that role.
Oh yeah, he crushes.
That's his best role, even with the first Pirates movie.
Yeah, Legos are cool.
I hate you. Anyway,
Same.
and it's not just like him being like this badass elf with a boat. He's like really like aggressive and stuff. So like you don't see that. It's like, don't you dare speak to him. That is Aragorn, son of Aragorn. Like when Boromir starts getting being a dick, he like jumps straight up. He's like ready
Leave
to
Sean
go.
being alone.
Yeah, right.
Legolas comes in pretty clutch with that bow and arrow, probably more than
He's
any
pretty
other
badass.
character.
Dude, when he
Yes.
shot the fucking giant troll thing right up through the mouth and it
Oh, yeah.
fucking
Yeah, he like climbs up his arm and fucking.
That is badass, but everybody had a play in that.
as I got older, I've grown to like just love Aragorn. He's just by far my favorite character in the series, like through all three movies. And I'm not going to even pretend he's not. There was a period of time where I think Gandalf kind of was up there, but
that's Aragorn is Viggo Mortensen.
Yes.
Yeah.
He fucking acts his ass off in this movie.
He acts his ass off in everything.
dude,
Vigo's
he was
amazing.
41 in that first movie.
Wow.
What I will say, because I don't remember anything. What I will say, because I don't remember anything from the other two movies so far. I love at the end, when Aragorn's like, hey, let's go fuck up some more orcs, and you know what? Gimli and Legolas are like, yeah, all right, fuck it, let's go fuck up some more orcs.
We won't leave Merry and Pippin to die.
Yeah, and then Boromir's like, I'll go with you guys.
Yeah.
Well, you got to get those 3 fucking.
What if they threw fucking
those 50 caliber arrows out of his chest?
What if they sent Boromir like down the waterfall? He's like, I'm still alive.
But he's Sean Bean, so they have to kill him.
I love that they just sent him down the waterfall in a boat. Like, that's gonna mangle the fuck out of that body. That's
and then a bear's gonna find it and fuck it. And
it's gonna be a whole thing. And then they're gonna reveal fucking Leonardo DiCaprio's there.
But I saw that. I didn't realize they were gonna send him down a fucking.
Bloom.
I didn't think they were going to send him down a waterfall at first. I just seen him floating in the fucking boat.
You were expecting Viking funeral.
I thought Legolas was going to fucking fire a fire arrow and be like, boom, Viking funeral.
He's not going to waste an arrow on Boromir.
But then it zooms out and you see the waterfall and you're like, what? No.
Bro, he already had 3 massive arrows in him. Did he really need a 4th?
But
he's already dead. He's not going to feel it.
Do yourself a favor. Think about getting to see the rest of that where his body's just falling down the waterfall and hitting things. I think the movie.
Somebody tell him not to go chasing waterfalls.
Picture a scene like in Family Guy with the dead frog, but with Boromir's.
Well, I think personally, this movie would have gone to the next level if they would have put a llama with their on him, big sharp rocks in the bottom. Bring it on.
Oh yeah. Most likely.
Bring it on.
Most likely.
That's my favorite scene from that movie.
Great waterfall scenes. Emperor's New Groove and fucking I forgot what we're talking about. Fellowship of the Ring.
Here's the thing. I don't. It would have been funny if he was still alive and he's fucking following you just as the Harry Potter. Ah!
No, it does a Wilhelm scream.
The Wilhelm scream. Wait, speaking of Harry Potter, you guys see my Dragon Blood?
Oh yeah, there it is.
She like the balls to go with it?
No, but Viggo Mortensen. I mean, I remember seeing these movies a year ago. I don't remember, I remember a lot more of the middle part for some reason than I do Return of the King. I do remember liking Viggo Mortensen throughout the movies, though. He's a fucking badass.
Oh, he kills it.
Yeah,
I'll say that fun fact for when we're on that movie. Never mind.
Spoilers, Adrian.
Spoilers. I mean, it's convenient that fucking thing had a neck-shaped hole in the shield that it put him up against the tree.
Oh, yeah.
That was awful convenient, getting his head fucking sliced off. But
that orc's name was Lutz, by the way.
Was it really?
Lurtz, sorry.
Lurks?
Lurtz. Lurtz.
That specific orc was named Lurtz?
When he gets stabbed and then he just fucking... He forces his sword more onto him just to scream in his face. I'm like, holy fuck.
That's pretty badass.
Corey, correct me if I'm wrong here, but in the actual book stuff, don't most of those orcs have names?
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of orcs names.
Oh God.
I think some of them have names in the credits, but they don't really ever say
it. This is Steve.
Yeah, which brings me for my question for Mike and Adrian. Did you guys feel overwhelmed by the amount of names of places and people that were thrown at you? I'm curious.
Well, you got Frodo Baggins, Bilbo Baggins, Samwise Gamgee, Sauron, Smarion,
Gamgee.
How do you say fucking Christopher Lee's name?
Saruman.
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 Solomon Grundy.
I meant Saruman, not Solomon.
Yeah, what's so complicated about that? Aragorn, Legolas.
You know what?
Yes, I was fucking overwhelmed.
when they're at the Fellowship scene, when they're forming the Fellowship of the Ring,
the Avengers.
I have to admit, I didn't know any of their names at first. I'm sitting there trying to think. It's I need to know these names because I'm gonna have to bring them up when we record. And I'm like, what the fuck are their names? I knew Legolas because
I got nothing on a name.
He's fucking Legolas. I knew Aragorn, and obviously I know Frodo and Samwise.
And Sephiroth.
Sephiroth.
You don't gotta call him Samwise.
Well, I'm gonna
Just call him Sam.
It's
No,
weird.
I actually
forgot-
wasn't.
It's
I
kind of
actually
weird
got
hearing you say Samwise. I'm not gonna lie.
I actually wasn't overwhelmed with the names, more the places.
They hit you with place.
I
names
still don't
hard.
get those right.
To be fair, Mordor and Rivendell are the only ones I remember. Oh, and obviously the
Shire,
the
right?
Mines of. Well, you mean Hobbiton?
Hobbiton.
Hobbiton. Yeah, that one.
Fun
wasn't
fact
hard,
about Hobbiton: they
It's in the
built
Shire.
that a year ahead of time so that all the gardens would naturally grow instead of just putting plants there, so it looked like it was lived in.
And it's
Okay.
still there,
Badass.
and you could visit
And
it
it's
in
still
New
there
Zealand.
today. Yes.
Dude, and how fucking awesome did Bilbo's fucking
Bobo.
You almost said Boba Fett?
Bobo
I almost
Baggins.
said Bobo Baggins. How fucking badass! Like
Bilbo.
Bilbo's house actually looked pretty awesome inside. Like it looked very nice.
You can go and visit it in New Zealand. It's still
Yeah,
there.
Very well
it's-
taken care of.
It will never be dismantled, basically.
Although they
I'm
don't like us
impressed.
there, so I love you, New Zealand, but I know you guys don't
What?
care for us.
So, what was it like when you saw the water and there was no pollution in it, guys? I know we're not used to that here in America.
Damn it, that's the second movie. I was
Yeah,
going to
Corey,
reference.
I know.
Damn it.
I know.
Yeah,
The one water that they're walking through and the hobbits can barely fucking walk through is kind of dirty.
that was more mud than anything.
Yeah. Remember, hobbits are only like 3'6".
Oh.
Yeah, and they have
hold
giant
on.
feet,
Yeah.
so they collect mud.
There is something I noticed that this movie made sure to do a lot in the beginning. They were
The
like
feet.
very adamant that you
Yep.
saw the hobbit's feet. Like,
First time
we
you see
fucking-
Frodo, he has his foot up.
They're
You
like,
can-
I'm just like, they're like, we spent so much time on the prosthetics and everything of these feet. You're gonna fucking look at them.
yeah,
And actually, because of those fake feet, Sean Austin actually, during the river scene, he stepped on glass and it pierced through the foot and his real foot, and they had to fly him to get
Oh.
emergency stitches before continuing.
Poor Samwise.
So you're telling me he left Frodo to go get stitches?
I know.
What a
He-
bitch!
He broke
Frodo
his
went with
front.
him.
Frodo went with him.
Damn it.
Sam.
Sam, I'll go with you all the way.
Damn it, Sam! Gandalf told you not to lose Frodo.
I'm glad
It's
you're
true.
with me,
Balance
Sam.
off.
Only instruction he gave him.
He came with him. He's like, I'm glad you're with me, Sam. Sean Austin's like, dude, shut the fuck up. I need stitches. Get away from me. I'll see you on set. Dude, you're getting a little too into it.
Yeah. It's fucking goddamn it! I just forgot his
Rupert
the
Grint.
name of the actor who played Frodo.
Rupert Grint.
Yeah, Elijah Wood. He was in
Yes,
Back to the
thank
Future.
you.
That's a baby's toy.
That's not what we're talking. That's not what I was going to.
I know.
I was going to make a stupid joke about he's so committed to roles for the show Wilfred. There was never
Oh,
actually
man.
a fake dog in the script. He was just talking to one.
Yeah, I wonder if to get ready for his role, he would just like talk to dogs out on the street.
No. Just his imaginary dog. He brought it with
Okay.
him.
People are walking their dog.
They forced him to write him into the script.
He purposely isolated himself in his home for 6 months and didn't talk to anybody, so he'd go nuts.
Yeah, well,
Elijah,
that's probably
Elijah, that's not what
That-
we meant by Free Willy.
that's a method actor. He
I
fucking-
heard it actually happened during the filming of The Good Son. Macaulay Culkin got so in the role, he locked him in a broom closet for 6 months and didn't let him out. So he
That's
went,
where it all began.
That's where all that shit began. So he's like out in the dog park talking to dogs. People are like, "Stay away from my dog, you pervert!" I don't even know what that means. Like, ma'am, I'm talking to your dog.
All right. What were? Oh yeah, water and shit.
Water and
Okay,
shit.
well, okay. So speaking of water, what is it with the fucking bad guys and water in this movie? Why
Hey,
are
why don't
these
they like water?
Why are these guys so terrified of water? What is that?
Orcs?
No, like the
No,
fucking-
he's
all
talking
of the
about
bad
Black
guys.
Riders. He's
the
talking
not,
about the Black
yeah.
Riders.
What are they called?
Oh.
Like the Nazgul or whatever.
Yeah,
The wraiths.
Yeah, that's actually it. It doesn't really explain it.
Okay.
I honestly
I'm glad
think
you
it's just-
noticed that.
I think it's just the weight of the horses and the armor would sink, and
Well,
They would
I don't know.
because- You think that's it? Because the first scene, they jump on the boat and he stops. You could have easily just chased after
Yeah,
him.
they like pull up.
The only thing there that made sense to me is maybe the water was too deep for them to get in. But then there's that scene with Liv Tyler. I can't, whatever her name is in the movie. I forget.
Rupert
Names
Grint.
are overwhelming. But that scene there, like they hesitate and they're like, "Yeah, if you want him, come get him." And then of course they're like, "All right, fuck you," and they start crossing. And then she
They
fucks
do
him up.
eventually. Yeah, because it's like literally this high, the water.
Yeah, I think that's what it is that they were hesitant at first because it was water, but since it was so shallow, they decided to like push it, and then you saw it get washed away by fucking OP elf magic.
So if they
there's got to be something there. Is it explained in the books why they're like not okay with water?
I don't know.
The books are unbelievably boring.
the Nazgul, that's probably a hot take for some of the book readers.
I don't care.
But
that's actually not a very hot take.
What
the books are so fucking boring.
Mike, what actually happened is the Nazgul went to Camp Crystal Lake with Jason.
I disagree, but that's okay, Corey.
Oh,
okay.
I thought you meant with my Friday the 13th theory. I'm like, that's absolutely true. They were actually in the background of Freddy versus Jason.
They drowned with Jason, so they're just afraid of water.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Say that. It checks out.
Hey, I have an answer.
Okay, what is it?
In an early draft for The Lord of the Rings, J.R.R. Tolkien experimented with the idea that the Nazgul were afraid to enter the waters of the Brunnen. I can't fucking say that right.
Spell it.
The river Brunnen.
Spell it.
Bruinen.
Brunnen. The Brunnen.
Brunnen.
All right, I'm added an extra N, I guess.
The Boston
riverboarding
Bruins?
Rivendell because
I like how I said spell it and he says Bruinen.
Because they might be barred from crossing running water. This idea was borrowed from traditional folklore, which holds that certain evil creatures cannot cross running water. However, Tolkien ultimately abandoned the idea because he would otherwise not be able to explain how the Nazgul reached the Shire from Mordor. They had to cross the Anduin River, the Gwalflow River, and the Brandywine
Can we
River.
just make this whole episode? Can we just make this whole episode Mike trying to pronounce these names?
Dude,
my theory is they threw that in there where they hesitated, just as like a callback to the original draft.
The following paragraph says, nonetheless, when the Nazgul attempt to seize Frodo at the ford of Brunnen, they appear to be reluctant to enter the water. Readers sometimes use this part of the published story to argue that Tolkien had not completely abandoned the idea. So that's all there is to it.
No, that makes total sense. But yet, like, because like this series, like almost like other than like shit like old ass shit like the Iliad and the Odyssey and all that. Well, the Iliad is the Odyssey, but all that old shit. Like Lord of the Rings is basically like the blueprint for like modern day fantasy from now on.
Oh yeah, for
like,
sure.
You're the blueprint of modern day fantasy.
Like
nice.
Thanks.
Like that's why D&D exists.
Mike fucking nailed it.
Shit. Yeah, but so I can totally see that being the case, that they were just like, it was like a just shout out to like the whole evil creatures not crossing water thing. Makes sense.
Yeah, okay. A lot of that is just folklore stuff, so
yeah.
Does make sense.
But I agree with Adrian. I would love to just get like a 20-minute recording of Mike trying to read names from Lord of the Rings.
Maybe for bonus content we'll do
that. Would be great.
Because we'll get into like the old world shit from the Silmarillion, and you'll have fun.
We can just have story time with Mike. He's like the knuckle nevers crossed the red knuckle and
hold on, but story time with Michael.
Story time with Michael.
Well, this will now be the second episode in a row we mentioned having somebody read, just read on camera.
Was that a Deadpool thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, I didn't listen to that. I swear. I don't know why. I should be saying I did listen to it.
We all know you didn't listen to it.
Hey, Adrian, I didn't either. Don't worry.
Nobody listens to this.
Anybody the people who have listened to it have messaged me and they like it. So
thanks,
Mike
Tim.
likes to say the people and everyone I've asked a lot, but he never says any names.
Never.
There's
secrets.
Tim. There's Timothy. There's Rupert Grint.
I have this feeling your brother told you that he hates it just because he was telling you.
There's Tomas.
There's Tomas. There's Timon.
The keyboard player and lead writer of Nightwish.
Exactly. There's there's a little Timmy, we call him.
His name is Pippin.
our wonderful artist. I'm gonna just call him that.
Our wonderful artist.
He's a little behind on our episodes right now because of his work schedule. He usually listens to our episodes. Well, Monday he.
Oh wait, am I not saying his name?
No, he's our artist.
We've said his name like twice.
We've said his name many times. My brother,
fan. What a true fan he is.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, he fucking made us a badass artwork for free. So
that was,
you know who he's.
Corey got what I was doing.
Yeah,
You know who he's not as dedicated to our podcast as? Timothy, little Timmy,
Timmy,
Timon,
Tiny Tim,
Tiny Tim,
Tinny Tim.
The Tim Man instead of Tin Man.
Tim's gonna love this.
Timmy Phil.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Samantha's a good
Thank you, Doug. Samantha. Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Timothy
I don't think so,
Chalamet.
Tim.
Timothy Chalamet.
Tim the Tasmanian Tiger. Wait, no, that's Taz.
Timagorn.
Timagorn. Buzz.
Timley. Timaloss.
Nice. Yep.
Timdolph. Timdo. Tim Wisecamp.
Tippin.
Tippin. Timmy. Tim
Tim,
Weather.
nice.
Timolus.
Tippy toe.
Actually, you know what?
Timladriel.
Timley actually fits.
Timley does
Yeah, it
actually,
does.
yeah.
Remember when Timdall fought Tamara?
Oh no.
This is just Lord of the Ring Tim lore.
And then there was that great time when they met that elf named Tamaldriel.
Yes, the Fellowship of the
That
Tim.
was so hard to say.
Tim Eagle.
All right. This is the dumbest Tim Eagle. My precious is Tim.
That might be the dumbest but funniest bit we've done in a while.
It is definitely the dumbest bit we've ever done.
Yeah, I only agree with one of those two things.
Corey, you thought it was hilarious?
Right.
I don't know why, but that was too fun. That was funny to me.
It was enjoyable. It was dumb
I
and
love
fun.
shit that's so stupid. It wraps back around to being hilarious.
Exactly.
I'm still waiting for it to be hilarious again.
It's like that 10-hour loop of that Flanders and Canadian
Oh,
Flanders.
Haddly diddly
It got
diddly
annoying.
diddly,
But
haddly
then it was
diddly.
it wrapped back around and being hilarious.
It's
Guy-
kind of like the Proclaimers and 500 Miles and How I Met Your Mother.
Exactly.
It comes back.
It
around.
comes back. Guys, we're releasing endorphins.
Gotta follow
We
the
are
dopamine.
having a good time. So
All right,
I don't know if
host.
you know. I don't know if you guys know this, but I think it's the same in the books, but in the movie, it's touched on very quickly. But
Mhm.
Galadriel has a ring on that she says she is the keeper of.
Yeah.
That ring is actually called Nenya, and it has the powers.
Oh wait, that's Enya.
It has the power of preservation
Nice.
and concealment. That's how they were able to keep their land hidden.
I was wondering about that.
That's how that ring, she keeps
Yeah.
them hidden and concealed from evil. That's what that ring does. It's one of the three power rings that were given to the elves for safekeeping.
So
Yeah.
was it 3 to the elves, 7 to the dwarves, 9 to the
5
9
to
to
the
men.
dwarves, I think 9
5
to
to
men.
the dwarves, 9 to man. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
when when Frodo offered her the Ring of Power, if she would have gotten that, she would have been way too powerful.
Like,
So-
yeah, she would have been
Yeah.
unstoppable.
Yeah,
My
which is
question-
like what that whole scene was. Like, instead of a lord, you would have a queen, and
And then Gimli was in a thirst trap. He asked for a lock of her hair. She gave me 3.
Why
Gimli
did they
fucks.
give 9?
Gimli
Why did they give-
fucks.
Gimli definitely fucks.
I love
What?
when she gives like Sam that rope. He's like, "Did you run out of those sharp daggers?" That was pretty good.
and he's just like,
She doesn't elaborate. He just like looks down disappointed. Is this for me to fucking hang myself?
When Aragorn gives
If
all
you're
of the
having
hobbits-
issues with suicide, sorry, go ahead, Mike.
that's why she gives him a concerned look. He gives him the rope. It's like,
oh my god,
Frodo, I can't come unless I'm choking.
all right, we gotta cut this so we can.
autoerotic fixation.
You can keep the rope thing, but then when we started talking, all right, Mike, go ahead.
When Aragorn gives the hobbits this fucking blades, and they look so fucking weird and out of place holding them, is funny. Like I fucking laughed. I was like, they look
And the little
they look
hobbits
so
are like,
stupid.
yeah, they got their little mini daggers.
Why does Frodo even get one over Sam? He already has a sword that Bilbo gave him.
And it's a magic sword.
The one that
Yeah,
glows
yeah,
blue.
No,
Sting
he doesn't
or
get that. He
Stinger,
doesn't get that until
whichever.
after they get to Rivendell. This is before.
No, that's not
This
true.
is before Rivendell. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, Mike's
That's-
actually correct because that's
Yeah.
the second time he runs into Bilbo at Rivendell.
Yeah.
and that's
Oh,
when he's
right.
given the mithril chain.
Just watch this.
Mithril. Yeah.
Well, then why?
You are full of surprises, Master Baggins.
Well, then why didn't he just give Sam his dagger after he got the sword?
Good point.
Well,
because Frodo's
a
kind of
dick.
selfish.
He is a dick. That's
This
true.
is my ring. You can't have it. It's my
Frodo's
precious.
my precious. And then
He's not
fucking
even talking about the ring.
Gandalf's just staring at the fire. Precious, precious.
Yeah, I know.
I love it. Frodo's like, dude, you fucking okay?
How
Did you
horrified was
eat
he when
Bilbo?
Frodo tried to hand him the ring?
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, when,
I did love the little. I loved when he like yelled at Bilbo. He was like, Bilbo Baggins. And I was like, oh fuck.
he's I am not in the business of robbing people.
Yeah, he got really offended by that.
The whole room turned like black. Yeah,
Dude,
that's when you're
Gandalf
like, oh
was
yeah, Gandalf's a wizard.
Gandalf was a badass, and it's such a shame that he died. He died in a pretty badass way, but
Yeah, that is
totally
a shame.
Deadsies.
Yep. That's probably the
Oopsie
saddest.
deadsies.
Probably the saddest
Okay.
death.
Your
Balrog
guys'
totally killed him.
your guys' sarcasm here is not helping with spoilers.
We're only talking about this. Movie.
I'm
I
talking
don't know what
about
to tell you.
Gandalf being totally fucking dead. That's all.
yeah, Gandalf the
Okay.
Grey is dead forever.
Gandalf the Grey is definitely dead.
Yeah, Gandalf the
right.
Grey.
Super
Because
dead.
Gandalf the White. Yeah, okay, I do know that name.
And Monty Python and the Holy Grail's Black
Mhm,
Knight, and
mhm,
Venetian Mussolini, and the Blue Genie.
That's
and
exactly
Cowboy
why I
Curtis,
know
John
that
Lee
name.
Jr., Robocop,
And-
Darth
and-
Vader, Darth Vader, Superman,
and-
Power Ranger,
and,
President Theodore Logan, Spock the Rock, Doc, and Hulk Hogan.
All right, cut
Sorry,
all
yeah.
that.
Yeah, cut all that out, whoever it is.
And Boromir the man is totally dead. Oh wait, I think he's actually.
Yeah, he's actually dead.
Boromir.
He's
Adrian, it was Sean
dead.
Bean. He doesn't make it out of the first movie or season of anything.
Yeah.
Hey, there was that one movie that I can't remember the name of.
One does not simply make it out of the first movie.
Nice.
One
One
does not simply.
make it to the credits.
One does not simply get thrown off a waterfall when he's
I
alive.
mean, He seems to die at the end of every movie.
See,
That would be funny if
they
he
did-
came back and died at the end of each movie.
because of the angle that you saw, or he was like a ghost or something,
It's-
like a
it's
fucking
just
force
really-
ghost.
For
They
real
just-
though, like that's the first thing I've
nearly
ever seen
headless.
him in.
It's nearly headless Boromir.
It's
that
full
doesn't make
holes
sense.
Boromir.
For that makes more sense.
No, nearly headless. Corey, what's the name of that orc? That would make more sense.
Nearly
Yeah.
headless Lurtz.
Nearly headless lurts.
How can you be nearly headless?
Well, you see, what had happened was
Rupert Grint?
I pulled the sword into me like a badass.
He really did. That was-
Aragorn pulled it out and cut my head off.
Chop his
Almost.
fucking head up.
Yeah, that was an awesome
just-
sequence.
for
It
real though.
was.
It's you guys probably know more. Is there anything else that Sean Bean's in that he's actually like a good character?
Yeah, he's a good guy in a lot of stuff.
He's fucking Ned Stark.
Well, I've never watched it.
We still told you how great.
We
like
told
he's,
you all about that.
he's literally the only morally ground character in the whole
Okay.
fucking series.
But like he's
yeah,
the villain.
like for real.
He's the villain in GoldenEye in 007.
He's
I
a
think-
great villain.
Yeah.
Just
He's
call
the villain in National Treasure.
He's 006. Just say.
Hey,
Wait a
he
minute.
was not a villain in
Yeah, he
National
is 006.
Treasure. He
Yes,
just
he
wanted,
was.
No, he.
Why
He
are we
just
talking about shitty Nick Cage movies? Let's get back to
Oh.
Whoa!
Whoa!
That sentence,
I want
those
to
words have
seal
never
the
been said in a
Declaration
sentence
of
together.
Independence.
by
Yeah,
the way.
first of all, there's no such thing as a shitty Nick Cage movie. It's on a
There's-
spectrum.
there's different
okay?
levels of awesome.
Exactly.
Well,
There's
the bottom
less
is
awesome.
the bottom
well,
is the least awesome of all his movies. Then it goes up from
Corey,
there.
Adrian, you had me in the first half, but I'm gonna have to step.
There's
over
a
on the
handful
side
of
now.
okay ones.
Exactly, and then there's a handful of amazing, a handful
Every
of
time that he
spectacular.
doesn't get like, there's Lord of War, then there's everything else he's made. Yeah,
Yeah, and then everything just progressively gets more awesome.
no, Lord of War is his only. Lord of War is literally the only movies that I think is actually good.
When Mike was talking about National Treasure, I thought he said Nashville Treasure. I'm like, Mike, is this another one of those fucking made-up movies that you... He does in Nashville Treasure?
That's that sandwich box you can get at KFC. The Nashville.
Oh,
Nashville
Nashville
Treasure.
Treasure.
Actually,
It's a Nashville hot chicken sandwich on
The
waffles.
Nashville Treasure's the porn parody.
That's at Sheets.
Yeah, I know.
God damn it, are we talking about gas stations again?
We sure are.
Hey, it's been a while.
That's the secret agent. We're always talking about gas stations.
That's my secret.
Um,
I'm always talking about sheets made to order.
Man, I'm getting really tired of Sheets. I hit up Speedway on the way home today.
hey, the Speedway's good. They do have some good shit.
gourmand.
A gourmet.
And they have like 60 different fucking
They have
Slurpee
99
flavors.
cent pitch.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew Pitch Black that you can get.
Oh, they have Pitch Black still.
Wow, this actually turned. This was
Nice.
a joke that Doug made, turning into us actually talking about Speedway.
Dude, I'm so fucking hungry now.
Yeah, I'm getting.
Wait, he
hungry
talked about
talking
Mountain Dew.
Speedway.
Oh, you're just talking about that. Okay. I
I
think
had
like Mountain Dew
pepperoni
Pitch
salami
Black.
and
I'm so
provolone
Yeah,
fucking
I might have
hungry.
to hit up
dinner.
Get Go later.
God
I have to
damn
go
it.
get Morgan at work, and I pass sheets, so I'm probably gonna eat something.
God damn it.
I had Chipotle
All right,
today.
So
Double barbacoa, double.
I made
cheese.
stuffed peppers for dinner.
Ooh.
Sephiroth.
Ooh, stuffed
Sephiroth.
So, what the hell were we talking about?
Sheets, right?
we were talking about Sean Bean.
Oh,
Well,
Sean Bean. Bean?
we were.
Are you talking about burritos? I like burritos.
God
I
damn
did
it.
have black beans on my Chipotle burrito.
I don't give a shit.
I got beans on my head. That doesn't make me a beanhead.
Doug. It's
Nice.
Chipotle.
It's
Oh
Chipotle.
yeah,
Chipoodle.
Thank you.
it's not. It's less than Moe's Southwest Grill. That's right.
But not as good as Mad Max.
Mad Max is a real restaurant, bro.
That's
So
true.
what I really
Yeah.
wanted to say about Lord of the Rings
is
is
You don't have enough
you,
Mexican food.
You guys pick it up.
he said, "You guys go from there." I just wanted
I'm thinking about getting myself a second dinner tonight.
Hey, there we go.
Hey, just get it for 11sies.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Fucking all
You know
these great races in this movie of like different kinds of characters.
Hobbits.
I fuck with the hobbits, bro. They smoke weed, they get
Yeah.
drunk, and
Yeah.
they eat a lot.
Yeah. Dude, no, the hobbits look like they know how to fucking have fun.
Yeah.
It's all they do.
The
all
hobbits
they do.
literally they want my life. I want
That's it.
people to leave me the fuck
One
alone.
more step, and this will be the farthest from home I've ever been.
Like,
Which is why Bilbo hates all the hobbits except Frodo, as he said. It's the only reason is you're the only one that showed true spirit.
It's because they're all like so set in their like little.
All they want, they're all terrified to go do anything adventurous, and that's all he did in the Hobbit was like go on
Precious.
adventures.
one,
That's why he
only
leaves
one other
again.
person called it precious.
Precious. Never mind.
Did your mind go
That's-
where my mind went?
Yeah. Precious, a movie based off the hit or the book by Sapphire.
All right. I'll throw a fun fact out there.
Oh, Peter Jackson made an
about
appearance
Sean
in the
Bean.
movie.
Here, yeah, here. Since we're talking
Yeah.
about Sean Bean's character, I'll give you. Sean Bean was afraid to fly, so every day that they flew up to the top of the mountain, he actually He climbed 2 hours on foot all the way
No
up
way.
every day in
Jesus.
full costume.
That's crazy because he flew
Yeah.
off that
It's-
waterfall.
It's official.
But yeah, he climbed
Billy's
that
dead,
mountain
so.
every day for shooting, and it took him 2 hours because he was afraid of flying.
That's nuts.
The rest of the crew was like, "Well, see you there," and their stories
Yeah,
about how
fuck
they'd be
that.
flying up and they'd see him in the middle of climbing up, and he did it in full costume.
He's just like on the
I'll tell you
side of a
right now.
mountain.
I tell you right now, Sean Bean just became a legend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if I was afraid to fly, I think I would just sit in that helicopter and like close my eyes or something.
Yeah, me too. Because
Hold on to Gandalf. That'll.
I'm
protect-
terrified of heights, but I'd rather be in a helicopter than climb a fucking mountain.
Yeah, I think so. Every day. That last little bit in the movie when they're in the forest and Boromir tries to take the ring from him and then realizes what he was doing and tries to apologize.
yeah.
And then all the orcs show up and there's that big battle in the woods. Like, that's my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, that battle's fucking badass.
Is it? Did you guys? Well, never mind. I can't ask that question because you haven't seen the second and third one in a very long time. They're
And not just that,
battle's
but we're
not
trying
even
to avoid
close
that.
to epic
yeah.
compared to
Oh, yeah.
all the two movies.
Oh no,
but-
I imagine that they get even more epic.
oh my god,
Oh man,
Helm's Deep is still the biggest battle it's ever been on screen.
I vaguely remember there being like big giant trees that attack things in like
we're
the
not talking
next
about
couple
those
movies.
movies. We're not talking
You
about.
will
but-
see them soon.
Like I think it's in the second one, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
Some legend has it that those trees got killed and turned into wands from the Harry Potter
well,
universe.
I was kind of wondering because in this movie, what was the deal with them knocking down all those trees? Like
They had to
You'll
dig
see-
a hole.
those trees
You'll
down.
see there too.
Yeah, they were digging a hole, Mike. Did you notice the massive canyon that wasn't there originally?
Well, yeah. Did they turn those trees? Is that what those trees become? Is those
No,
monsters?
no.
No,
Those
bro.
trees have been around for hundreds and
Yeah,
hundreds
Mike,
of years.
Mike, stop asking questions about 2 and 3. You guys just watch them.
No, Mike. The real reason for that is deforestation.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty sad.
He's putting a shopping mall in beside. He's putting a
It's
shopping
like-
mall in next to his tower.
They ripped them down to print a Bible, idiot.
He's putting a Walmart, a super center.
Walmart.
How do you think J.R.R. Tolkien wrote all the books? He had to rip down some trees, man, to get the paper.
That's fair. So there was something. Speaking of, it's kind of similar to that. Did anybody else notice that Christopher Lee says "my old
Rest in peace.
friend" in a very similar, like the exact same way he says it in fucking Star Wars?
Well, it's the same actor, Mike. I don't know. If
I
you
know
knew
it's
that.
the same. Well, I know, but it's just like
Well, he's a
I feel
guy,
like-
so
no. I think
Well,
like
he's
it was done on
Christopher Lee,
purpose.
so-
I'd
So-
like to point out that Fellowship of the Ring is from 2001. So
I know,
he did
I
it
know,
there first.
I know. But that's what I'm saying is like I think in Star Wars he did it on purpose as like kind of a callback to
well,
Lord
it's
of the Rings.
Christopher Lee's.
I think he did it because it was in the script.
You might be reading too much into those couple words.
It's
Mike,
I don't know.
Mike, do you have any theories about Sephiroth?
I'll just say.
When Cloud looked
we'll
at him,
get
and was
there.
like, "My old friend."
we'll get
My old
there.
friend. And no, Cloud's like my old friend Sephiroth. I was like, who are you?
No, I just I don't know. Maybe when I heard it, I'm just like, wait, Count Dooku?
Count Dooku.
Count Dooku was a total ripoff of Saruman.
And
God.
both of those characters,
I mean,
Mike.
yeah.
Both of those
Not even
characters,
close.
Mike, look a
I'm aware
whole
they
lot
play
like that. Look a whole lot like that Dracula that was in a movie a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh
They
no!
really
shit.
And I
Yeah.
hear they ripped
Yeah.
off those likenesses from this actor named Chris. Oh no, I'm sorry, this metal singer in a band who also is named Christopher
He's all-
Lee,
Who's also named Christopher Lee.
who was also just Christopher Lee.
Did you know Count Dooku was actually based off Geddy Lee?
I'm pretty sure we're making all this up.
Did you guys also?
No,
know-
Christopher Lee was a lead singer of a power metal band.
That
no,
part is
I
true.
believe you, but Adrian's second part was not true.
Did you guys also
was
know
not true.
that this movie was based off of "Fuck You"?
This movie was based off a
No.
book, Mike. Come on.
But what were those books based off, man?
J.R.R. Tolkien's mind.
But what was his mind based off, man?
Well, see, J.R.R. Tolkien, he wanted to create a language, so he wrote an entire book series and then
Oh,
created
yeah.
a history book for them.
Yeah. Oh, it's way
So-
convoluted.
The Silmarillion is more detailed than American history.
Yeah, how the fuck do you just sit down and create a whole fucking universe and
It's
languages?
so much more than a universe, too. There's like ancient old gods and stuff that you'll never hear of. in the
Entire
movies.
languages.
Like, how does one human do that?
He had a lot of time on his hands. No YouTube back then.
He also fought in a war.
Like J.R.R.
In real
Tolkien
life.
did?
Yes, he was in a war.
Oh my god. Grenada?
Wasn't that like 12 hours long?
Grenada?
Yes.
Wasn't that like 12 hours?
Yeah, man. It's
I saw
fucked
some
up.
shit.
That's awesome shit.
You
What,
ready
Mike?
for a hot take?
Sure.
Yeah, okay, what do you got?
Depending on how the next two movies go, Adrian's gonna hate this, but
Dude, they're so much better than Star Wars.
I'm gonna say I think I might like this better than Star Wars.
Okay, George Lucas's dialogue could
Just-
never
Just
compare.
see my face immediately.
Do you know? I'm gonna give it this. The Lord of the Rings doesn't have fucking Ewoks, so it wins immediately.
There's
It wins.
no sand.
I like.
Okay,
the Ewoks.
actually, there is a scene that there is one scene in Fellowship that I kind of hate, and it's because it's
Oh, what is
just
it?
like the Ewok. It's when the hobbits are throwing rocks at the orcs and knocking them
Oh,
down,
yeah.
just like the
Well, that's
Ewoks
because
did.
they
Yeah.
suck.
And I was like, oh my god.
The orcs were getting defeated a little too easy.
Well, Merry and Pippin, yeah, they were the
Merry and
closest thing to
Pippin.
Ewoks. Fuck them.
And that scene, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe they pulled an Ewok. I forgot.
They were
about
trying.
that.
They were trying to help out Sean Bean.
That would be a negative for me. The comedy in this movie, and obviously it's not comedy based, but it's just kind of comedic relief. It worked for me better with the other characters that weren't meant to be as funny than it did Merry and Pippin. To me, those two were kind of cringy. They had a couple good lines.
Thank you.
Peter Jackson isn't great with comedy.
Yeah, they had a couple good lines, but they were trying too hard with them.
I didn't hate them. It wasn't until towards the middle when they're in the mines. When they're in the mines, I just kind of was like, why are they here?
Yeah, well, even fucking Gandalf is like, "Why are you fucking here?" Not in those words, but
no, he literally says, he's like, next time, save us the. What's he say? Like, save us the headache and fucking throw yourself in.
Yeah, yeah. When he like drops the skull down the well,
yeah.
Gandalf flies off the deep end sometimes.
He does.
That's probably why if he hadn't died, he would have been my favorite character.
He didn't have a prescription at the time for pipe weed, so he was...
I don't know if you guys. I don't know if you guys picked up on it, but when they were in the mines, like he was clearly like struggling because he had been. Because he was near the ring for so long, and to him, he has no resistance to the evil pull of it, which is why he couldn't even touch it. And
is that why he's the gray? Because he's not really he's the middle ground?
No. There's like a bunch of
gray Jedi,
all different colors. No.
It's like karate belts. Like...
Yeah, you only see 2 of the wizards, but there's actually like an entire order of them, and they all represent a different color. Like it's how the whole thing is. There are actually, there's a whole like order. That's why like Saruman
of the Phoenix.
Leader of them. That's why he says I have to go speak to the
so what is he? Order. Is he just Sauron, or is he Sauron the what?
He's Saruman.
Sauron
is the big baddie. He's
Sauron. Man, Mike said it at the same time. Oh. There's something about Sauron that gets a lot less intimidating when I think of Sauron.
God. I'm realizing why these episodes are hard to edit. Adrian and I shouldn't be allowed. We shouldn't be allowed to be on anything together.
Yeah, but we should really just kick one of you off the show. It'd be a lot easier to edit and say what we want.
Mike, let me zoom out. Best of 3.
Yeah, go for it.
I win.
Corey's kicking whoever loses out of this race.
No, it's not whoever loses is out. It's whoever wins gets to pick if they want to stay or leave.
Oh, man. Adrian's true colors just came through.
Don't threaten me with the reward of having to be here, okay?
Yeah, Mike, I win. I'm like, I'm out. It's all yours.
But yeah, to get back to it.
And we never saw him again.
I don't know for sure. I'm probably wrong, but I've always interpreted as Saruman is Saruman the White, but now that he's fallen, that's why, since it's not a secret, Gandalf comes back as Gandalf the White as like the new leader.
Yeah,
so
because
is
of his sacrifice.
Saruman the Black?
No, he's just
Saruman the Dead.
He's just a fallen like.
Oh, okay.
Saruman the Sauron.
In this universe, the wizards aren't like mortals like everybody else. They are they're like demigods, essentially. They're like,
are you saying they're like celestials?
Yeah, actually, they're much like celestials. They're not like the gods themselves, but they're like just under them.
Yep.
So that's why like the Witch of the Forest, when she left the forest died because her power is no longer there to just keep it alive. Like that's why
also deforestation.
Yeah.
And the whole Walmart thing.
Yeah, Mike, you're right. We shouldn't be allowed to be on anything. Doug was actually on a roll.
Yeah, but like that's the whole thing. I can keep track of what I'm saying. But yeah, like that's the whole thing is like they're like that's why Gandalf is like with the Balrog is like this is a foe that's beyond all of you. It's because he was the only one with the actual ability to even harm it because it's from ancient times, from when like demons and stuff were fighting on Earth, and the wizards and stuff were the ones that like banished them.
Okay, so don't tell me what happens in the future movies, but Saruman didn't die. He didn't die in this movie, right?
No.
Like Christopher Lee's character, he didn't die.
No. Well, I mean, Christopher Lee is super dead.
He's super dead.
I think the last time you see him in the Fellowship of the Ring is when he's telling all the orcs to go find him and kill him, except bring the.
Well, when he's tearing the trees down is the last time you see him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No.
And then he sends
him after that.
Yeah, that's the same scene when he sends them.
No, when they tear the trees down, they haven't even started harvesting.
Oh, no. Yeah, Gandalf's still on top of the building when that happens.
Yeah.
That's right.
And that eagle Kamigawa, no problem. We'll get
The
back to
fucking-
that in a future movie.
The eagle.
Well, I already know because I actually read The Hobbit. I know that the eagle's from The Hobbit.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
that's the
Damn.
thing from
Here we
I
go.
know
Yeah,
that
that's
he,
like a-
makes
Right on.
friends with the eagle.
That's like a
Okay.
20-minute book
Yeah.
that they made into 3 movies.
Okay, guys, what about the theory? We got to talk about the Eagles. Talk about the Eagles.
Wait, no. Not this movie. Not this movie.
Oh, okay. So how about this? An eagle thing we can talk about in this movie. So Saruman later, like he knows where they're at on the mountain, so he makes like that, the blizzard and everything, and the avalanche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lightning.
So why can't he fucking stop Gandalf from getting on this eagle and flying away on this scene?
Because that eagle fucks.
Is that what it is?
It's not
Because
just
that
an
I would
eagle.
understand.
It's more like a familiar. It's like it's magical.
Yeah, those eagles are more like when you summon something in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
It's their
Yeah.
own.
yeah, that's what a familiar means. But
Yeah.
So
they're also supremely intelligent and stuff in this world. They're not just like birds.
Yeah, it's,
so that,
yeah.
that eagle's an Aeon, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good way to
Okay.
look at it.
Eddie the Aeon.
Sort of. Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm totally naming one of my Final Fantasy. Eddie, so I can be Eddie the Aeon.
Ed, and Eddie, the 3 Aeon. Valfor, Ifrit, and Ixion just got new names.
Okay, so let's go through some of my just questions. I'll see if you guys have answers for. I'll see. Just these are nitpicks, but these are things I noticed during the runtime.
Okay, 7.
And the eagle thing was one of them, right?
The eagle thing was one of them. Like, why didn't fucking Saruman just fucking strike that eagle down out of the air?
Well, because he was like, damn, he's majestic.
He's like, that looks cool as fuck.
Not even
Saruman-
gonna front. That looks cool as
Like,
shit.
not even, like he just kind of looks at him. He looks at him like, oh fuck.
Man, I wish I had thought of that.
Yeah, right. Saruman's like, wow, Gandalf fucks. He knows how to make an exit.
The way Gandalf jumped on that bird was just
Oh.
fire.
It's fire. And then he brings
Yeah.
up fire and kills the eagle.
Those eagles aren't exactly bitches.
They're not bitch made.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're made in Japan, where all the best shit comes from.
Okay. Hugo Weaving's character, right? That's Elrond.
Elrond.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was the guy that struck down Sauron? Isildur. I think I wrote it down.
Isildur. Yeah.
Isildur. Yeah. So, like
Yeah,
when
that's Aragorn's ancestor.
yeah, when Isildur refuses to throw the ring in the fire,
He's
why
a
doesn't
jackass.
he's a jack? Oh yeah, because I know it's like the temptation, but why doesn't Elrond like make any effort to?
Can I say my theory before you guys answer?
Yeah.
I think it's because he knew that if he tried to stop him or tried to get the ring from him, his ass would have got thrown in the fire.
Okay, so you think he would have thrown him into the fire?
Yeah, because he clearly didn't want to give up the ring.
Well, right.
Elves are really powerful in this world. Like,
You don't
really powerful.
You don't think he would have turned to him and just fucking Sparta kicked him?
really powerful.
So in
Like-
that context, Elrond is stronger than Isildur.
Oh yeah.
Even
Yeah.
with the ring of power?
Well, yeah, that
no,
probably did give
no
him some
mortal
extra
can
power,
actually wield the ring of power.
but I think it was more like Elrond just believes in his people and he thought he would do the right thing. He didn't fight him to do it because he thought maybe he eventually would.
Yeah.
I don't think they fully understood.
There's
with the
not
power.
really an answer to that question.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
I didn't know if it
pretty much
was
up
like,
to you.
oh, it's like your interpretation.
Yeah, it's kind of up to how
Maybe-
you took that.
Maybe he
sequence.
thought he would bring it back and throw it in. Maybe he was like just in a state of like shock.
He was basically like his brother in arms. He was like one of the few people who stood up to make that last stand in that fight. So it's not, in my mind, I can't see him just being like, "Oh, you're not going to do it? Well, stabby stab."
Well,
It's like,
if he
right.
wasn't going to do it, then why the fuck did he
Stabbity
follow
stab.
him up there?
Because the ring, because he was going to do it, but the ring is constantly reaching out to you subconsciously. And
That's
it's
a
like
good
Boromir.
answer. I like that. Yeah.
he went up there with the intention of throwing it. Yeah.
But at the closer you get to destroying it, the ring is alive essentially, and the closer it gets to being destroyed,
'cause
the
isn't it-
harder it pushes back.
The ring essentially has what's his face's essence in it, right?
No.
Sauron.
The ring,
Voldemort.
The ring has a will of its own. The ring has its
Okay.
own will.
Rupert
It's just
Grint.
it's connected to Sauron because Sauron's its true master.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like Rupert Grint
Like
and Hermione.
Like Rupert Grint.
Hermione.
The ring is real.
Hermione's tied to Rupert Grint because that's her real master.
The ring is. Ooh.
Nice.
The ring
I
is.
think I
religious.
saw that video.
Oh, you guys watched that Harry Potter movie too?
No.
The ring is no. So the ring, the ring is just essentially like one of Voldemort's. What are they called? Horcruxes.
No.
It's just Sauron's Horcrux.
No. But that's.
He said, yeah, but no, not at all.
No, it has its own will. It's separate. It's just
it's linked to Sauron and trying to get back to him, but it's its own.
Let's say, correct me if I'm wrong. As long as that ring exists, Sauron will exist, right?
No, Sauron. No? Sauron's he's a big baddie too. Like kind of like not quite at the same level as like the wizards and shit, but he's like not a mortal man. He's beyond.
He got killed, and then I thought they said because of the ring, he won't go away.
No, his soul
lived on.
His soul stayed.
Kind of like Voldemort.
Yeah, but not because it was trapped in objects and shit like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not exactly.
Well,
clear.
It's trapped in the giant eye in the sky, but
they don't exactly explain that, Mike. It's.
Yeah. See what they're trying to do is they're trying to throw the ring in a big goblet of fire. They have an order of the Phoenix that they call Fellowship of the Ring.
The Order of the
Eagle. They go to the cave and they also call it the Chamber of Secrets.
The Philosopher's Ring is supposed to be taken to the Chamber of
Commerce
of Mordor.
Yep.
Thrown into the Goblet of Fire.
Right.
That way, the Order of the Eagle can finally take down
the halflings.
No. So they can finally beat the half-blood wizard.
Yeah, right.
No,
right.
the half-blood, the half-blood orcs, the hobgoblin orc thing, the half-orcs.
What are we missing?
To meet the deathly Sauron.
The deathly Sauron.
Yeah.
Part one and two.
Yeah. All right.
Now on Blu-ray.
Improv. Anyway, Corey, what's up?
Just like that, we made a fucking crossover we never knew we needed.
I don't know why we're trying to link this to Harry Potter.
Adrian keeps throwing out Voldemort and Rupert Grint.
I just got a text from my son asking me if he can watch the Jeffrey Dahmer show, and I don't know what to tell him.
How old's your son?
He's
13. You're proud but scared at the same time.
I'm very proud that he wants to see it, but I don't know. It's pretty vivid. The show.
That's why I said you're proud but scared.
Just tell your son to skip all the boring court stuff, but he can watch everything else.
Skip all the stuff and just watch where he's eating people.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's really the
Has he seen Hannibal?
I doubt it. He does like horror stuff though. He likes Friday the 13th and stuff.
Maybe start with a fake guy that eats people, and then move him up to the
fake guy.
Wean him in.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's ready for cannibalism yet. And then at the end of Jeffrey Dahmer, just be like, by the way, he was real.
There you go. That's how you do it.
A lot of people have read.
And he lives next door.
Lord of the Flies exists, and that's written for like people about your kids.
By the way, I can't believe none of you picked up on that the other day in Discord.
What?
When you put LOTF instead of LOTR and then corrected it to LOTR. Yeah. I put a GIF of all the kids running around the fire in Lord of the Flies.
You did.
And nobody fucking said anything. I'm like, did nobody know?
I didn't see the LOTF.
I've never seen Lord of the
You
Flies.
fixed it. You said LOTF, then corrected it with an asterisk.
Me? Oh,
yeah.
Shit. Yeah, I totally missed that.
I was going to totally say something.
We were also talking about something else, so we just
don't worry. Lord of the Flies is shit anyway. It's so overhyped.
So I'm not missing anything.
Nah, not really.
Okay.
You just watch a bunch of like punk ass bitches pick on a fat kid until they kill him.
They
on an island.
That sounds awesome.
They beat him to death with a rock
and call him Piggy.
So it's the first half of Full Metal Jacket.
No,
it's kind of like
they're actual little kids.
They're actually children on an island.
Imagine Neville from Harry Potter getting bullied.
Except everybody and
then killing
kicks
him.
The shit out of him and kills him because fuck him.
At the age Neville was in the first movie.
Yeah,
and then Aragorn shows up and slices
imagine
all
being
the kids' throats.
Okay. Imagine a bunch of sixth graders get shipwrecked on an island with no adults, and they form their own civilization, and they decide to kill the fat kid because he's a fat kid.
That's Lord of
I
the
mean,
Flies.
That is the entire movie.
Doug,
That makes
Doug, I
sense.
gotta say, you are selling this movie. The more you talk, the better it gets.
There's a couple
Well-
versions of it. One's from like the 40s that's pretty hard to watch.
And then there's like, and they show a boar's head, and then he dies.
3 of us are. If we lived in that society, 3 of us are dead.
And then the next day they're saved.
Yep. After they kill,
Like literally.
they kill the kid, and then a bunch of ships show up to save them.
Yeah, like the next day they're saved after they murder the fat
Adrian, I hope you live a wonderful life. We're
kid.
all
So what we're saying is, if you murder fat kids, you're saved the next day.
Exactly.
So guys,
Yeah,
watch LOTR, not LOTF.
I think they also said that in the Bible. If you murder fat kids, you're saved the next day.
Yeah, I totally read that. What was that?
Exactly what the book of Job was about.
That was Solomon 740, right?
No,
It's just- that was
Sorry,
Aragorn.
Mom.
it was
That
Austin
Aragorn.
316. Come on.
That was Aragorn 310.
Didn't.
What are we talking about?
Sorry, Tim.
There's Tim. There's Tim. There's little Tom Timmy Jim. There's.
Oh, we're doing this again.
He said, "Really, we've come back
Oh
to
my
that."
God.
Corey, is it funny yet?
Nope. That's
Dude.
not.
Dude, I think I named every character that appears in this movie with Tim in the
We did.
first.
We did.
All right.
Okay. Okay, so we talked about the whole thing, why he didn't throw the ring in, why he didn't try to stop him.
Yeah.
At the
What
beginning-
What else
at-
bothered
yeah.
you?
At the beginning,
Uh,
this is more of just a funny thing. But what the fuck was Sauron reaching for when he got his fingers cut off? Like, why didn't he just kill that dude with his big fucking mace?
It was a bit unbelievable that he was this badass and just got his fingers cut off
Yeah, why was he just like?
out
Well,
of nowhere. I don't know.
Well,
I didn't believe that
I think
either.
if you watch, it looks like he's like kind of his hands kind of pushed out as he's like about to swing the fucking big giant thing, like for balance, maybe.
But when he gets his fingers cut off, he's not holding anything in that hand, is he?
No.
I don't think he's holding anything.
for balance. Like when you go to like
Counterbalancing
swing
the
like this.
mace.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Like-
his hand was forward, and as he was about to
Well,
swing the mace
then-
down.
Well,
Well,
then
to me, it didn't.
Sauron's a fucking idiot because he just holds his hand right out there for this dude to cut his
And
fingers off.
here's this. Why would you wear the ring of power on the hand that you're not holding the weapon in?
totally
That's-
right.
Absolutely, yeah. That's
But
that
yeah.
I agree with.
So we're just gathering that Sauron's not that
But-
intelligent.
yeah, before you move on, the whole thing about like these scenes that have there's a lot of scenes that are kind of open to interpretation, I think, and I think that's all purposefully done. In
Okay.
these. So just for certain situations,
And-
like the eagle thing and things like that.
And
it's
Adrian,
kinda-
he's obviously not that intelligent. He only made one Horcrux.
Exactly. He
I
needs
don't know
to talk.
why.
He
I don't
needs to
know
talk
why
to
that's
Voldemort's
pissing
guy.
me off so much, but holy fuck, is that pissing me off? when you guys speak.
If only he would have accidentally created another one.
Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, same
He-
thing.
He actually
Right, Doug?
did, Mike. He actually did accidentally create a second Horcrux, but it was Gollum, and they both went in. At the same time.
If anyone in this
So-
movie has a Horcrux, it is Gollum.
Oh,
He's
so wait.
Yeah.
a 600-year-old hobbit.
So
Yeah.
Gollum was how do you say the snake's name?
Nagini.
Nagini.
So Gollum's Nagini.
No,
No. Golem would be Harry Potter, because Harry Potter was
Gollum.
Gollum.
But
would
wait,
be Harry
isn't-
because Harry Potter was the
Was he saying
Horcrux.
Golem?
Isn't
He
Harry
was.
Potter? Isn't Harry Potter Rupert Grint?
Gollum is a Pokemon, Mike.
Harry Potter was
true.
the Horcrux that Voldemort never
Nice.
meant to make.
So Harry Potter's Rupert Grint.
Yeah, sure.
Mike,
We
What?
got-
where did your Growlithe go?
Name that Pokemon.
Oh, it's still there.
Oh,
Okay.
that's Sean Bean, and he's dead. That's not
It's
a Pokemon.
Buzz. Okay, so yeah,
Okay, thank you.
Growlithe.
We talked
Oh,
about
hey,
him a lot last
Did I
week.
miss this?
real
Was that a
quick.
Deadpool thing?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Ty sent me a message about that. He sent me this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it says
Just read it.
explaining the whole Growlithe thing.
Read
He
it.
highlighted-
Read it out loud.
Yeah,
he
Mike,
highlighted the part
Mike,
for his
spell it.
abilities. No, he highlighted the part for his abilities. It says Flash Fire, and he's like, "No wonder he's your favorite."
Flash
Flash.
Fire.
Damn. Man, you know what? Maybe we do need to replace one of you with Ty. He's got
Put
it. He's got jokes.
Put Ty on here. Okay, so a lot of this is
Our
left up
elusive
for
fifth man.
interpretation. Okay, I can live with
Well,
that.
I mean,
answer.
that's my because
That-
like I don't know necessarily how like because there's so much like lore to this world outside the films and books
I'm
that
sure.
I don't know at all. Like,
right.
So to me,
No.
I'm just gonna make my own assumptions to like fill in the blanks myself.
You'd have to like dedicate your life to understand all this lore.
Some people
do.
there are literally college courses about the history of Middle Earth.
Really?
It's like that.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking ridiculous.
You know what else there's college courses for?
Klingon.
Jedi.
D's nuts.
Oh.
Well,
I've definitely heard about these nuts.
is that like how to make memes?
That's not a
101?
story that Jedi would tell you.
Star
My viewpoint,
Wars,
these nuts are
Harry
evil.
Potter, same thing.
I can give you that.
He said, "I'll give you that." He said, "You're closer."
A little bit.
Okay. And another concern here, Gandalf, right? We
Yeah.
see a couple
The
times the gray. Okay, so we see Gandalf at moments in this movie use his magic, and it's badass. I feel like there were other moments that he really could have used his magic to get them out of some situations.
I actually have a theory about that, and I think that when he's Gandalf the Grey, he has a limit to how much he can use. Like, I think his life energy is depleted really heavily when he uses magic because he's a lower level.
Okay, so yeah, he uses all his
That's just always been my theory about it. That's why he doesn't use magic for everything.
I have a slightly different theory. It's the influence because he's been like toward like when he dies fighting the Balrog, he was like he couldn't remember the mines. He was like struggling on the mountain. He was getting like really weird and like started to like give Frodo warnings about be really careful who you trust yourself, everything.
Yeah,
like, he could feel himself like weakening being near the ring, and ever since he tried to so my thought was that he was weakened, so it became beyond him to actually do these feats.
I mean, I'll agree with that
That's just my guess.
I'll agree with that theory in a way, but also if you watch the Hobbit movies, he has the same limitations, and the ring's not around. He doesn't use magic for everything in the Hobbit movies.
The ring is in fact around. It's just not
he just
evil
doesn't know it.
because Sauron's not alive.
Well, okay, the ring is around.
Yeah.
But it's not corrupt yet.
Yeah.
What you really don't know is that he just hasn't mastered his ability to control metal yet.
See, what you
So-
don't, what you're not getting is he's just misunderstood.
Fucking Wolverine's made of metal.
he's misunderstood. Wait, Doug,
sorry, I saw your thing. Like,
are you saying that about Sauron or Gandalf?
oh, Sauron definitely.
Sauron's just a misunderstood.
Sauron's definitely misunderstood.
He is misunderstood.
Don't worry, Mike. You don't even have anything to go with on that yet. You gotta give
Right.
it time, bro.
Mike
Give
still
it time.
says he's misunderstood.
Saruman also is very misunderstood.
No, he's just a punk ass bitch.
A punk ass bitch. See, here's my theory. I think fucking right now Gandalf just has very limited MP.
He needs to level,
He's
up.
gotta
is
go
what
level
you're
up.
saying.
Yeah, he's
He
got
has
to
he,
to
had to
level
use,
up.
he didn't have an ether when they needed that.
He needs-
Yeah. When they went into the mines of Moria, he was gonna grind on some dwarves, but they were already dead.
They're all
Somebody beat
dead.
him to it.
So what you're saying is he just needs to open that chest and find that new staff that's lightning +1.
I need a
Plus
heal.
one.
Out of mana. Oh no, healer's dead. Ah.
Oh man, this one doesn't have any element slots.
Materia. Gandalf's like, fuck, I really shouldn't have teleported
Like-
into Bilbo's room at the beginning.
It
I really
doesn't-
fucked
like,
up.
Mike, Lord of the Rings is the precursor to every JRPG you've ever played. Every fucking like tabletop board game like Dungeons and Dragons. Without Lord of the Rings, you'd have no Final Fantasy. You'd have no Chrono Trigger. It's all thanks to Lord of the Rings.
I have a bit of a fun fact here, and I think I told this actually in our first video game episode ever. Originally, the Beatles were going to buy the rights to these books and make the movies starring them in the
That would have been
60s.
shit. Holy fuck.
Starring the Beatles.
Yes, they actually had a script. They had a script written. They were talking about how to film it, and it was going to be them in the movie.
We could have had such a better movie. We could have
It
had
was
the
so bad.
Just as
Beatles.
bad as he is at
Wait.
MS Paint art.
Would the Beatles have been the Four Hobbits?
Oh, I don't know if they ever said what they were.
That
Yeah.
might have been okay.
Paul McCartney would have been Gandalf, and right before he falls down, he'd be like, "Live and let die."
Okay, so
I
we'll play a game.
I'm literally
Which
wearing a
Beatle?
Beatles shirt.
Oh,
That's
Nice.
interesting. So you accidentally wore Lord of the Rings stuff.
did you guys also know that the Beatles were going to buy the rights to the Ninja Turtles and play them?
And Michael Myers.
And Michael Myers.
He didn't even exist yet.
And
Did you-
and
oh.
Sora.
Sorrel. Paul, that guy broke into your house.
Okay, let's.
He's having a butterbeer.
All right, so hey, this is a fun thing, real quick. So Corey
No.
and Doug, you both love this series. How would you?
Yeah, bro, come at me.
How would you rate them? Go.
Where is this one in this?
We're not talking about the next two movies, Adrian.
No. I already said Fellowship is a 10 out of 10. Two Towers is an 11 out of 10. Return of the King is a 12.
You did
out of
say
10.
this gets better as it
Same
goes.
same ranking. 3,
Okay,
2,
so
3,
I would.
2, 1.
I mean, I would give Fellowship of the Ring. I would give it a 9.
Yeah, like you guys can give your like honest rankings, but I'm not budging from what I said.
From the little bit of memory I had of these movies from like 15 years ago,
You gave it a 9, Mike.
I'm just like, it kind of blew me away because I was expecting to be bored because I was like the first time I watched them I was bored.
Yeah,
These movies.
This is like how he went to see the Batman and was like, it wasn't.
No,
good at
that
first.
wasn't. No, the Batman.
That wasn't the
That
Batman.
was Spider-Man.
Oh, I'm sorry, Spider-Man.
The Batman I went and watched like 3 times and I loved it every fucking time.
Why do you watch things assuming
Well, no,
you're gonna hate
when
it?
you went
Like,
away,
it's like a bad-
Yeah,
when you
Adrian.
went away. Hold on, listen. When you went away, I actually literally said because I was trying to watch it last night and I wasn't following it because I was so tired. I stopped it and I wanted to give it my full attention because I didn't want it to get the same No Way Home treatment.
So you watched it at work.
Shh. People might listen to this that work with me.
Hey.
I think I just
prove it.
I think I just had a headache.
No. It was a joke for the episode, right, guys?
No, he was watching it at work.
Yeah, I know. I'm totally leaving that in.
Somehow I got away with it. Nobody saw me.
Okay, so yeah, you both say Fellowship, Two Towers, Return of the King.
No, not. Oh. You want my order? Yeah. Other way around.
No, yeah, I'm saying number 3 is Fellowship, number 2, Two Towers, number 1, Return of the King.
I give these a 9.7, a 9.8, and a 9.9 in that order. I won't give a 10 ever.
And
probably,
Jaws
but
is a 10.
Jaws is a 10 if you're going
Why have a
below
scale
0.
that goes at 10 if you'll never get rated?
Negative 10. Because something has to blow me away to the point where there are things in Lord of the Rings movies that I'm like, okay, they could have done without that or something.
What is your
And
it's
my favorite series. What?
What is your absolute all time?
Mike, did you not listen to our movie
Aren't we
episode?
talking
No, but
about-
I just want him to say it again real quick. And like that's not a 10 for you.
Braveheart? No.
Braveheart's
Yeah.
your all time favorite.
Braveheart's his favorite.
Braveheart's like a 7 for him. Favorite
well,
movie, bro.
I even said this.
I give Braveheart like an 8.5 out of 10.
Is it like a 9.99999?
No, look,
No, it can't be. It's Braveheart, bro.
just because something is rated higher as a whole movie doesn't make it my favorite movie. There are flaws in Braveheart. It's probably like a 9 out of 10.
Mike? Do you honestly think I think Matrix is a perfect fucking franchise?
Yes.
Do you actually believe?
Yeah.
I think. Wow. You think I don't see the glaring flaws in 2, 3, and especially 4? Like,
Oh,
come on,
I
man.
heard 4 was better than 2 and 3.
I thought it was, but Doug likes the other two more.
There aren't I liked 4, like, but I know it was rough.
It had Doogie Howser.
Doogie fucking Hazard.
To even assert that it was anywhere as good as 2 and 3, fuck that.
After everything Neil Patrick Harris has done, how dare you still call him Doogie Howser?
How
It's just
dare
fun to
you?
say Doogie Howser.
It is fun.
Please don't. Do you know how many times I was called like Opie or Doogie and shit growing up because of shit like that? Please just get away with all that shit.
Changing Doug's Discord name.
Thank God I'm the
Check.
server owner.
Yeah, thanks, Adrian.
Oh yeah, I
Missed
guess I did.
opportunity.
Okay, so do you guys just out of curiosity, I know we don't really give
Yeah.
much credence to these sites.
Okay.
Do you guys want to hear the Rotten Tomato scores and the audience scores of the 3 movies?
Well, yeah, we always do this, so yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Let's see how people feel. Okay, so Fellowship of the Ring, the critics give a 91%.
That's amazing. That's
real,
surprising.
real fucking solid.
There's a reason that over the 3 movies, Peter Jackson won like 19 Oscars.
Yeah, they got
like
a
that.
lot. Like these movies were awarded like more than the fucking
Jackson. I got 19 Oscars.
If this was like a military,
I made Harry Potter.
If Peter Jackson was in the military, his entire uniform would be covered in awards.
It would be. He'd be so decorated. Okay, so not
Peter Jackson.
Harry Potter. Okay, so
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Sorcerer's Apprentice. Corey loves that movie.
I've never
Corey,
actually.
wait,
I've
guys,
never watched.
wait,
it.
wait,
I've
do you-
never
Isn't that Nick
watched
Cage?
Yes.
And Jay Burchell. Do you guys want?
never
Do you
watched
guys?
it.
Do you guys want to hear a big laugh?
Yes.
Corey, what's a better made movie, The Sorcerer's Apprentice or Jaws?
Sorcerer's Apprentice. Alfred Molina kills that role.
I hope Richard Dreyfuss
All
fucks
right,
you. in
don't
your
worry,
sleep.
Adrian. I'm right there with you. That's
Okay.
funny. As
You
fuck.
don't have to love Jaws, but I hope everybody just laughed at the ridiculous.
Richard
So-
Dreyfuss is going to kill
Hey
you.
guys, hey guys.
Next, someone's gonna send Corey a message. You should be a stand-up comedian.
Which movie was better? Well, was better made? Fucking Cats, the new Cats remake, or
Okay.
Jaws? Corey.
Oh,
The
that's
new
tough
I
for
actually
Corey.
didn't see the Cats remake.
He's still gonna say the cat.
Corey,
movie.
any movie or Jaws?
Oh, any movie.
All right, Corey.
Uh,
C Spot Run featuring David Arquette or Jaws.
I found myself paying attention more to See Spot Run than I did
Hey,
Jaws.
Corey,
I
Corey.
hate you so much.
pizza or Jaws?
Oh my god,
Pizza.
that movie was so bad.
That's
Wait.
a deep dive.
But I've had
Ninja Turtles 3 or Jaws?
oh Ninja Turtles 3.
Ooh, Turtles in Time.
But Mike, on that we for the listeners, I'm just going to tell the story. We rented 2
go ahead.
really fucking bad movies just to watch them one night. There was a group of us like just laying in my living room, just watching really shitty movies. One of them's called Pizza. It's this really, really bad C-rated movie.
It's so fucking bad.
It's just a stupid love story, but
Of course,
we laughed so hard during that movie because it was so bad that I have better memories of Pizza
That's-
than I ever have
fair.
watching Jaws.
Just
Man,
because
my beard looks fucking incredible.
Okay, definitely keep that in.
I had to stop and admire it. For
Doug, if it's possible, add
Doug.
more silence in between.
Excuse me. So,
Also- Also, no. Take that out completely and put it at the very end, right before the music.
Wow, my beard
Oh,
is
yeah.
incredible.
My beard looks fucking incredible.
so if Doug was a wizard, he'd be known as Doug the Vane.
Doug the Van.
Mike, shut the fuck up. You have no room to speak.
I have never been like, I look fucking fantastic.
Mike!
I will,
not,
Mike!
not,
Oh,
not in
Mike.
15
Slap you.
years.
I will pimp slap you.
Okay, Mike, but you said I have never.
First of all, Doug would be Doug
Okay,
the
that's fair.
Red because of his skin.
Doug the Red. Because
Hey,
not his,
not
I
right
love
now.
that. Not his
Right
hair,
now, I'm
his
Doug,
skin.
now, hey, I'm Doug the White right now. Okay.
You can't say that.
God damn
Bro,
it.
if anyone here can say that, it's the ginger.
Yeah,
the
that's
pale
true.
skin ginger.
That's right. I can say it.
Okay. Okay, so back to Rotten Tomatoes.
Back to Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay, so
What is the audience score?
Yeah.
wait, do you want me to go through and give all 3 critic scores so you can see their order first and that audience?
Yeah.
That's what I was
Wait,
going to do.
well-
Okay, so Fellowship of the Ring got a 91% for critics.
We're doing critics, and then
Okay.
we're doing audience.
Yes.
Well, I just confused why we're doing all 3 movies and we're only talking about one.
Because
Well,
we're
I
just getting.
I'm not giving you the plot synopsis.
Yeah, we're just getting review
Okay.
scores.
Okay.
Okay, so Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, critic scores first, 91%. Which, by the way, they would put at number 3, the same as you guys would. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, a 95%. And
Two Towers might actually be better than 3.
Return of the King, 93%. They have Two Towers.
Two
as the
Yeah, but
Towers-
it's so.
Two Towers won more awards than anything. It was the
I
best
went and
movie
saw-
made, I think.
I went and saw Two Towers alone. The only movie I've ever
yeah.
gone to see in theaters alone.
I've
was
seen
Two
a lot of
Towers.
movies alone.
I see movies
Yeah,
all
I
the
can't-
time alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe they came out with 2 towers after 9/11.
That's true.
Lord of the Rings, The Twin Towers.
That's staying in, just so you guys know.
That's
I'm good with it.
Okay.
That was too long ago for me to give a fuck to cut it out.
All right. Audience score.
Half the people that listen to this weren't even alive when that happened.
Okay. Audience score. I think
That's not true. Our target audience is between the ages of 28 and 38.
Yeah. Right. Our sweet spot.
Okay.
This one I think is going to upset Corey and Doug a lot more than the critic score. Audience
Fuck the
score.
audience. I don't agree.
Fellowship. Normally we're like, fuck the critics.
Yeah, no, the critics were amazing.
Fellowship of the Ring, 95%.
Damn.
Two Towers, 95%.
Are they all 95%?
Return of the King, 86%.
What the
Ooh,
fuck?
what?
It fell off
How?
9%.
That,
Hold on, I have a theory.
All
I
right,
have a theory.
no, I know why.
This one review
I
doesn't
can't
give
talk
anything
about
out
it.
in the story, but it says...
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything because
No.
I think I actually know.
But this
Well, I'm
one
just gonna
audience review, it says, I lost my boner. No, I'm joking.
All right, Mike, what's your theory?
My theory is that they were just so upset that the series was over that they gave it a lower score.
Corey, I'm just going to say one thing to you, and I think you'll know what I'm talking about. It was because of the ghosts.
Oh, well, okay.
I think that's probably why.
You're
But I didn't hate that much. So.
I didn't either. I love it.
Wait, Doug, are we doing the Final Fantasy VII episode again?
Yes.
It's because the
There-
ghosts.
the fucking whispers.
And then just real quick, IMDb, which is the source that most of us go to. I think it's the one me and Corey go to before.
I trust,
before Rotten Tomatoes.
I trust their basic scores a lot more. I don't
Basic
trust
scores,
their-
right?
Yeah.
But the audience score and Rotten Tomatoes is generally what I.
Now,
Usually
really
what
care.
I go by.
Yeah, I genuinely don't care about like movie scores in general.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
At the end of the day, I love what I love. And
Exactly.
I don't give a
fuck.
shit about some guy that gets paid to tell me how bad movies suck.
Yeah, because you like movies like Midnight Run, Mike.
Well,
Yeah,
a
'cause
lot
you
of
know
the-
it's-
Fucking dare you! That is a brilliant movie.
because you can listen to a guy that doesn't get paid to tell you how much movies suck on Baker Reviews on YouTube.
That was a beautiful fucking plot.
Doug,
Actually,
cut
you
that
do
out.
tell
Cut that
them
out.
I will.
Mike,
You do
rock,
tell
paper,
them how bad
scissors.
movies suck.
Mike, rock, paper, scissors.
For
So you
what?
gets cut off the podcast. I'm out.
Oh.
Mike,
Go
if
to
you
your
win,
fucking YouTube
The
channel.
Mike-
winner gets cut from the podcast. Go.
Mike, if you win, you get to stay in. If you lose, you get to stay in.
Deal.
Deal.
Yeah, let's just flip a coin.
Okay, so real quick, IMDb, Fellowship of the Ring. Keep in mind, it's much harder to get a 9+ on IMDb, so this isn't
Heads
Any
I
type
win,
of
tails you
slight-
lose. Let's
yeah,
go.
this isn't any type of slight towards these movies.
Yeah.
Fellowship of the Ring, 8.8. Two Towers, 8.8. Return of the King, a 9.0. So they have. they
Movies-
would probably
movies
agree
have
with you guys.
TV shows have a much easier time being over 9, but movies definitely have a hard
Yeah.
time.
In a world where Supernatural has a 9.4 on IMDb, it's just like
It's over 9.0.
To give you an idea, Dark Knight also a 9.0.
Corey doesn't believe me. He's looking at.
Dark
no,
Knight.
that's not what I'm looking
I
at.
know. I was kidding. I was kidding.
Yeah, to give you an idea, Dark Knight also 9.0. Doug, The Matrix, an 8.7.
Mm-hmm.
Forrest Gump, an 8.8. Inception, an 8.8.
Just for shits and giggles, what did Midnight Run get?
God damn it, Mike.
Mike, fake movies aren't on IMDb.
It's not in their database.
Whatever.
That moment
It's
when
a
it's not,
7.5.
Yeah, that's good.
Slammed.
That's good.
That's a C.
Well, I mean, for IMDb, a 7.5 is pretty good.
Oh wait, nowadays that is a C.
Oh, with the
Yeah.
new grading system.
Yeah, no, that's actually a C because of the new grading system. That would have been a D
Yeah.
in our
Yeah.
grading system.
Yeah, when we were in school,
Kids don't realize how
grades were
easy they are.
harder.
Actually, that's not true. It was just in our area. We hadn't moved to the new system yet because we're way behind the rest of the world. All
Well, that's
all
just-
my
I'm just
all the
saying.
colleges I applied to gave me credits for giving me higher grade based my grades. I had a higher grade point average when they looked at it than when our school looked at it because the scale was the 10-10-10 scale instead of our stupid ass 7
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, it was like not 90 to 100, 80 to 90.
Yeah, which is what colleges were already using, and even if your school said it was like a D, if it was they weighted against their own scale. So I had like a 3.4 GPA because I didn't do homework, but I
Right.
had an even higher one when the colleges looked.
And also
Hey,
to
my
and,
GPA was a 3.3 and I didn't do homework.
and also to give our audience a reference point, The Sorcerer's Apprentice is a 6.1. I had to look it up.
Hey, and what did Jaws have?
I'm gonna
what
guess
did
Jaws
have?
is higher.
Jaws is probably. I'm gonna guess 8.6.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm super surprised it's even that high.
I know
I'm
that's
surprised.
I,
That's
That movie
6.1.
wasn't very liked.
Jaws 5.2. No, I'm joking. It's an 8.1.
damn it. I was
That's
wrong.
so
I said
pretty low.
8.6. That is pretty low.
That is pretty low. Fucking fuck IMDb. I like
What
Rotten
about
Tomatoes.
Jaws 17?
Hold on, let me Google why does Jaws suck.
all right. Can we get back to it then?
No.
Why
Yeah.
Jaws sucks? He's trying to.
No, Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings.
The first article is 50 reasons why Jaws sucks.
So
by Corey Baker blogs.
So, Adrian, earlier I remember you mentioned CG in this movie not being too bad.
Yeah.
There were a few scenes where it was rough, but I think the Balrog was done amazing.
Oh, it was so good.
And that was 2001 CG.
Yeah, for 2001.
Fucking
Dude,
incredible.
honestly, I didn't think the CGI was really bad at all.
The octopus, dude. The octopus.
Octopus, but the most dated
But yeah, I
CG
didn't
in
really
these
notice 'cause
movies
it was dark.
period is Gollum. He's very noticeably CG quite a few times.
Actually, I think, in my opinion, the very worst CG was in the opening prologue when he was swinging his mace and those people were flying.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
Gollum came a long way. Like looking
Gollum
at him in
was
the Hobbit.
Gollum
He
was
looks
one of the
real.
first cases of that mocap suit and a real person doing the moving and adding
Andy
it to the
Serkis.
scene. Andy
Yeah.
Serkis is a genius.
But the Balrog CG was ahead of its time.
was
in
so
my
good.
opinion.
Yeah,
I
I
think
thought.
actually looked pretty fucking badass.
Yeah, I
too.
thought for the most part the CG holds up pretty well.
I thought that Balrog
Yeah.
was going to be about to fuck them up.
The Balrog. The
well,
Balrogs.
Gandalf
the
had one
dwarves-
thing to say to him: "You shall not fuck."
Oh.
that's what he said.
I shall clap them cheeks.
Did you guys watch? You guys watched
Whoa.
Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Orgy. Got it.
Oh, did I watch the wrong one? I had seen the other one so many times I wanted to watch something interesting.
Damn, dude. You're shitting
You
on
said
your own. movie.
I
Fellowship
know,
of the
yeah.
Rings isn't interesting.
No, the porn isn't interesting.
Oh, you're saying you watched that one so many times?
It's not fun. Yeah, yeah.
It's not fun when the Balrog mounts Gandalf.
It's
Yeah,
not.
when you know all the twists, it's not fun anymore.
His dick looks like a tree. I don't know.
And
how
all that riding on horses Gandalf was doing got a little weird in this version.
You'd think his ass would hurt after a while.
But yeah.
Goddamn.
So okay, I'm glad you guys agree with the CG.
No,
it's
I
probably
think
because they don't overuse it that it looks
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, what you guys said earlier, they used mostly all mocap,
Practical effects and stuff.
practical
Not even a lot of
effects.
like most of it was on scene shooting and practical effects with
Yeah.
like actual real stuff. There was
It's
not a lot
nice.
of like green screen. Well, clearly there's some green screen stuff. Like, but
For all the awards this movie won, like it deserved it. Like the set design, the costume design, the editing,
Yeah.
the sound, like the score, the acting, the cinematography. Like there's so much great about this
the
movie. There really
only
is.
scene of bad acting in the whole movie is when Frodo's getting stabbed by that giant troll thing. He's
Oh,
like,
Actually, when I watched it, when I watched it earlier, I was like, "What a fucking liar!" That's the first thing I said.
Yeah.
Is that when he's wearing the mithril?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they kept doing those slowdowns and just going like,
A bit over dramatic, wasn't it? And that is one of the moments that Merry and Pippin stepped in and fucked them
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
They
Yeah. I will say
hey,
that they were
don't worry,
pretty
Corey.
badass at
I'm
that
right
moment.
there with you. Merry and Pippin are cool too.
I love
They're not-
Merry and Pippin.
I know. Just give it time, Mike. There's a lot of movie left for it
Yeah.
to grow on.
I'm gonna sound like an aging millennial here.
What else is
but
new?
What I love about older TV shows and movies is the practical effects. Is like the prosthetics. Like they actually go out of their way. Like they don't really do that anymore. Like everything's
No,
CGI.
right.
Like they'll put like the little fucking dots, which are what mocap on people, and then, like they'll fucking. And sometimes, even in today's standards, it doesn't work out. It doesn't look like the greatest. Sometimes, like it just when you use prosthetics and stuff and use all that practical effects, it brings a certain realism to it that you just don't get in today's movies.
What did you have more questions, Adrian, or Mike, or Corey, or me? Like,
or me.
I don't have
Hello,
any
hey,
Well,
questions.
Doug, only you
Doug.
can answer that.
hey, Oh, don't worry, I'll talk to myself later.
There is one other thing I really wanted to say about these movies. Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. It's awesome.
It's pretty awesome. Sometimes I just like to hear Mike make that joke, but I'll agree with him this time.
I'm just gonna gush here a little bit about how fucking happy I am to hear Adrian say that it deserved Oscars and it's a good movie, because for so fucking long he's sided with everybody that says it sucks and it shouldn't have got all those awards, and I
never even gave it a chance.
He never. That's the same thing I did with Harry Potter. I told him, I said, you gotta fucking watch him before you make that opinion, man.
And for some reason, I don't know why, I had such an opinion about Lord of the Rings. Harry Potter, I never said like it sucked. I just didn't say anything about it. I'm like, I nothing it. Lord of the Rings, I'm like, I don't want to watch a movie where they walk around and there's trees moving, or like, I don't need to see a movie about fucking fighting trees. I don't know why I was like so against it. Like I said, I watched all three of them a year ago. They didn't stick with me as much as like, again, I'm like, they're fine. I watched Fellowship of the Ring yesterday/today. It's it's a great movie. It's more than a really good movie.
There's one thing, as much as a cinephile and TV-ophile as I've been over the years, I've actually been 10 times more into it since we started this, honestly. Like, I go into movies. That's why I kind of want to do my, like, rewatch Jaws and my new opinion on it, or same opinion. It's kind of why I want to do that, because I've actually had the brain of like trying to go into things to break them down more, a movie, or break down a movie. So I kind of want to go back to things I hate. Like, I don't think I'm still going to like Christmas Vacation, but I'll give it a shot.
You're fucking high, dude.
I think you'll like it.
I mean, I was earlier.
Well, he doesn't like Chevy Chase, so
I don't like Chevy Chase.
Well, Corey, the thing about Corey is he doesn't like good movies.
I don't like bad movies usually.
I mean, he likes Lord of the Rings.
That's true. Which is a great fucking movie. Yeah, I'll say it again and again and again.
I was so worried that we weren't all going to be on the same page there.
So I kind of was too.
That's why I'm glad I am 100% was like, I need to give this movie my full attention.
If we did this episode,
I'm not going to like it, and I'm going to just shit on it. And
right. If we did this episode,
I don't want to do that.
All right. I was just going to say, what Mike's saying, there's just way too much information that is required to understand what's going on later. And
that's why, that's why last night when I was 40 minutes in and I had all those distractions, I was tired. I was like, I literally looked at the screen and I turned to Amber and I was like, I have no idea what the fuck is going on in this movie.
Oh, that's funny.
Guys, I'm going to just say something. I was looking up how to try to say phrase in Elvish, but this is more complicated.
So I'm going to, if you had to give it a rating, I kind of already did, but if the three of you had to give it a rating out of 10, what would you actually give it? Based on all movies, not just the three, because obviously you two can't do that yet.
It's easily a 9 for me. I loved all the fight sequences. I love medieval type shit. Just everything worked for me in this movie. There was not a moment where I was like, that's kind of boring. I don't really feel like watching that. Like, can we skip a couple? No, everything worked. Like Adrian said, the pacing was perfect. Nothing really seemed like a waste.
Yeah,
like
even with the director's cut where they added stuff.
Yeah, right. Even like the playful scenes, like at the beginning with all the the fucking fireworks and stuff. I didn't really think that was a waste. It was just kind of showing. It was showing you how the hobbits live, how they are,
how they typically live. Yeah,
and it was showing you that Gandalf has a playful side to him, and that he's actually like a good friend to them, and
they had to show. Well, he's a good friend to Bilbo. The rest of the hobbits
and Frodo.
Hold on. There was that one guy laughed until his wife looked at him and he was like,
He did. That was funny. He looks over his shoulder like...
Yeah. Well, Frodo does tell him you've been labeled as the disturber of peace. So
right. Because the hobbits love their peace.
Yeah.
But I honestly could gush about this movie a lot because it is a pleasant surprise for me to watch something that I've watched before but didn't really form an actual opinion on.
Yeah.
And it was I basically felt like I was watching a new movie, like a movie I'd never seen before. It's what it felt like to me. And it was a fun little experience. I'm sure if you guys could go back and watch it for the first time, you would like, you kind of understand, like that would be awesome to have like the first experience again.
I'm actually jealous you got to watch it for the first time again.
I'm torn because I enjoy it more every time that I watch it.
Well,
It's,
yeah,
like, better
because
each time.
when every time you watch it, you pick out things that you didn't see before. Obviously, that's how everything works. Like, but
And a few years ago, they re-released all three of these movies in Pittsburgh, and I went and watched them. I think it was actually like 8 years ago now, but I went and watched all three of them. There was like an hour break in between each one, and I went and like walked through the mall and shit.
that's pretty awesome.
They were amazing.
Overall, the experience for me was really cool. Even watching it on just my little tiny phone, like, I mean, I still got to see everything. I still got to understand like the important impact of all the scenes.
Watch these movies with the lights off and a sound bar.
I watched it literally with 5.1 surround on a 65-inch 4K TV.
That's exact same.
I definitely plan to watch the next two here at my house.
Yeah, you definitely should. Because the other two are way more action packed than the first one is.
I should never do what I did today again.
Probably not.
Oh, fuck that. Take every fucking minute from them you can. Fuck them.
Anyway. You're gonna get Doug going on a rampage about work.
Oh, dude, I won't. I'm sure you saw my Facebook post from the other day.
Oh, I loved it.
Yep, that was great.
Oh, I get that's like such a heated topic to me. I fucking can't stand it.
With that being said, I'm gonna go popcorn Adrian.
Wait. Popcorn. Say one thing you didn't like about the movie.
One thing I didn't like about the movie?
Get one thing out there. I think everyone should say one thing.
Got it.
I think to be fair. I knew it'd be easy.
I really got to think about.
We got to be fair here. We got to be fair about the movie. A little more fair when we do this.
I will always say find negatives.
That's why Corey, when we eventually have to talk about Jaws, Corey has to say one good thing about the movie.
I
That's
might
why
end
we're
up
doing
liking
this right
it.
now.
You never know.
That's
true,
easy.
that's
Richard
true.
Dreyfuss.
Not you, Mike. Not you.
No,
Yeah, think of one thing. It can be
tough.
Small, big, or whatever, but yeah, I think everyone should have one.
It's honestly
something you thought was cheap. Well, you kind of already said it, so you can repeat
that's true.
it.
Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't care for the two hobbits, Pippin and Merry.
Merry and Pippin.
Marion and Pippin. I didn't really care for that. Like in the beginning, I liked them in the beginning when they were just there and being stupid and being troublemakers. That was fine because it was funny, but like them joining the journey just didn't make sense to me because I'm like, okay, these two are just like they don't belong there. Like they don't. They're
kind of more in the way.
They make things worse than they do better. They do eventually. I will admit they have their moments where they were helpful, but overall they wouldn't have had to fucking be helpful if the one didn't knock that shit down the fucking well in the first place.
I'm gonna ask your opinion on those characters each movie, so keep that in mind. That's why I want one bad thing from everybody.
Oh, so great! So you're telling us they're in the second one. Spoiler.
Well, obviously they didn't die; they were just kidnapped.
The three amigos are like, let's go save the two.
Yeah, let's save the. They don't.
The only person that died, the only two people that died in this movie was Gandalf the Grey and fucking Sean Bean. I'm never gonna call him
Talk about what orcs don't have rights, Mike. No goblins don't matter.
Who? What? No. They don't have names. They don't count. Lutz died. Lurtz, whatever.
Lurtz.
That was tragic.
A lute is an instrument, Mike.
Or it's money.
Or it's money.
Treasure, whatever you want.
Now popcorn Adrian.
I like this movie a lot more than I expected to. Because I'm a negative.
Didn't expect to?
No, I'm not saying I expected to hate it.
Negative Nancy.
That's it. Yeah, I go in expecting to hate most things. I enjoyed the movie a lot more than I expected to. Perfect pacing, great characters, great. The world building is like unparalleled with anything else. It's so massive that I can't fucking keep up with it. Great character moments. Like I said earlier, it hits themes of brotherhood, honor, loyalty, friendship, an epic journey. It's about as good, and I'll correct myself in the following movies because I'll probably end up liking them even more. But in this kind of genre, it's about as good as a movie can be.
High fantasy.
High fantasy. That being said, high fantasy has never been my thing.
Yeah.
So right now I'm going to give this one an 8.5. Which is a really good score. I love the movie.
For Adrian, that's a really good score.
That's a really good score.
Oh yeah, Mike, what was your score?
9.
9.
Oh, okay.
As far as things or thing I didn't like, whatever you want me to say, I already talked about one. There were some weird edit choices. The fight between the two wizards didn't really do much for me. I thought that could have been handled a much better way. Merry and Pippin, don't love them. And then last would be, while I love all the characters, I think this movie focused so much on the journey and like the danger and the peril. We didn't get much character development. I didn't get to know the character's background much. Like we just kind of jumped in on them, and they didn't really, besides their race and stuff, they didn't really talk about who they are. Or like they did with a few of them, but I would have liked to get everyone kind of in this fellowship. I would have liked to get to know them a little bit more.
Nope.
Yeah, throughout the movies, you learn a little bit.
Yeah. So 8.5 out of 10, which is a really good score. I expect to rate the next two even higher. I have high expectations.
But that's not good for Adrian.
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm like. This
God
movie
damn
fucking
it.
sucks.
I kind of wish you were like at a 7.5. So you wouldn't have such. Anyway, for me, like I've joking earlier saying like 10, 11, 12, like for out of 10. But I mean, I love these movies. I love them more each time. Like every time I go back and watch them, they actually like rise up my scale higher. Shocker. When I was a kid, when I was really young and watched these for the first time, I didn't care for them that much. But when I got older, it was the extended editions that changed my opinion totally. The theatrical versions,
which is weird. It's not usually that way.
I would sit down. I watched Godfather Part 2 Director's Cut. That's 5.5 hours long. I am not afraid to sit down and watch a movie that has a story to tell.
That movie also fills its runtime.
That one does feel its runtime.
You have yet to watch the Snyder Cut, right?
Yeah, I haven't. I just don't expect much from it. I actually kind of wish, like, the way that they cut, especially earlier in the movie, just from part to part, I wish there was more. I would watch a 4-hour fucking movie to get a little more like detail. It's kind of like Game of Thrones, how the pacing of the first it's kind of like season 8 versus the earlier seasons where it just jumps along real fast in 8, but it's more explained and happens organic. And I'm there for that. But I love the characters. I love that how they allow like these badasses to be like also like have feelings, and you don't see that a lot in movies like this. I think that's cool as fuck. Like Aragorn, he's the fucking best. Legolas is actually like the edgiest guy in the whole fucking movie. When you saw, no wonder we all liked him as a teenager.
He's an edgelord.
Before that was a term.
Yeah, literally. The cast, like, there's not a bad actor in these movies, except maybe the Eagle.
Aww.
Wow.
I think that was actually the worst CG in the whole movie was the Eagle, if I'm being
That
real.
Eagle fucks.
Yeah, what is that?
Maybe not that Eagle. There's
Maybe not
more
that
one. But yeah, I like I said, I've been playing D&D since I was 12 and shit like Legends of Zelda and shit. I am all that. I prefer high fantasy to sci-fi. That's why I pick fun at Star Wars, because like the high fantasy thing is just way more my thing. Like the epic adventure across like the plains and like magic and like elves and shit. I love that shit. I'm a sucker for that. Like I watched The Witcher. I watched fucking Game of Thrones. I've read part of the Wheel of Time series. Like I'm there for that shit. If I had one bad thing to say, it's
not long enough.
It's just
not long enough.
It just cares too much, you know.
My worst quality is that I work too hard.
My worst quality is that I just commit too much.
Yeah. Oh, that's a throwback joke. Yeah, ladies. Doug.
Wait. God, this is hard.
This was Doug's concept, and he's like,
I know, I wish Corey would have gone first, but he's the host, so he gets to go last.
Did you not look at me after you
I
said
was,
that?
yes. And I
wasn't
like,
even looking at this camera.
Thing.
I'm like, oh
I know.
my God.
Hey, Doug, just for reference, I gave you a few. Pick one.
I don't necessarily agree with you.
I know.
I actually like the wizard battle because I have, an imagination. I know.
It's just weird. The blood just miraculously appears, and there's he doesn't even hit his face off.
If I had one issue with the
concussion
movie,
vertical,
it's probably that they kind of hit you with too much stuff that you have no idea what the fuck they're talking about really fast.
It's a lot of information.
But yeah, and there's almost information overload, and that's why I think it would have benefited from being a little longer and taking time to explain some things, because it can be overwhelming at first. But I love it, and like I said, I'm
attention.
You're talking the guy that was talking about shit that doesn't appear in any of the 3 movies. Yeah, I know, Mike.
Well, no, I'm just saying if you actually pay attention, like it doesn't make it super hard to follow if you actually like.
But it's open to it. You have to. There are leaps there that you have to just be okay with, and I am okay with them.
It gets much easier to follow the first movie after you've seen the series through a bunch of times.
Yeah, but I'm someone who really likes back and lore and stuff in a world like this. Like, it's so deep and rich.
Yeah, so you guys, I don't know how many of you have even seen it, but what I would say is Lord of the Rings, there is so much to take in, but it does it so much better than a movie like Dune, which I still love Dune, the new one with Timothée Chalamet. Yeah. But they just they exposition dump you so much in the first half hour that you're like, I don't even like, why aren't you spacing this out a little bit? Why are you fucking crushing me? Whereas Lord of the Rings starts slow and kind of builds up to it.
Yeah, they give you they tell you a little story at the beginning, which fills you in on what's going on, and then the movie starts. Like, right. It's pretty simple. Yep. It's just like they're just like dropping like names left and right, and it's like, okay, what is Cool Dune? Cool Dune? Like, what is that? I don't have any idea.
Well, Cool Dune is the Cool Dune movie I was just talking about.
See how I set you up there? But yeah, and I'd give this a easy 9 out of 10. It's
okay, 9.
It's super fun. There's nothing. It was so hard for me to think of something bad to say.
My 9.7, 8, and 9 was a bit of an exaggeration earlier. I'm not actually like
it's 9.67 and 8.
Yeah, I'm not actually.
It's no Matrix 3, okay? Like,
it's no Matrix Revolution, but like I would definitely give this one alone a 9.2 probably. And the only problem I have with it, and holy shit, have I been racking my brain since Doug asked that. It's probably legitimately just how easily the orcs die in these movies.
I mean, the hobbits hit them with 3'6" goblins.
Especially when the hobbits are hitting them with rocks. But I mean, period. These mighty, terrifying orcs are being killed like normal human men, and orcs in all mythology have been 10 times stronger than man. So that's a little, that's a little.
The one with the name was.
Yeah.
Well, halflings aren't man.
I'm not talking about the hobbits. I'm talking about when Aragorn was fighting him in Boromir.
Aragorn is a badass.
He's still a human, and in
Aragorn, hey, half human.
Okay, he's half human. Okay, then Boromir was also destroying them.
Yeah, he was just straight up a guy. He was just a guy.
He was just some dude from down the street. So that's literally my only complaint is that the orcs were dying like normal men.
Mm-hmm.
And when Lurtz is punching Aragorn in the face at the end there, I think it would have hurt a little more than Aragorn just jumping back up and fighting him. He would have crushed his fucking skull, I think.
Dude, Lurtz's badass moment when he's stabbed and he just fucking pulls him more forward and just screams in his face.
Great.
I'm like, yes!
And he was like, I'm Lurtz. Remember when mankind jumped from hell? He had to pull him up at once.
Guys, Lurtz is just seriously misunderstood.
He's totally dead.
He's so misunderstood that he's dead. Anyway.
He's definitely dead. He's deadsies.
I think most of the people that Mike has said is misunderstood are dead at this point.
No. Well, Sauron is technically not alive again yet.
What is there? Thanos, Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Deadsies.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to misunderstand the
Walter White.
No.
Spoiler for our Breaking Bad season 5. He might live.
I could picture Bryan Cranston doing that himself. So why didn't you do your gush phase, Corey?
My gush phase?
Gush about the movie.
All
over it.
I, like you, have been playing Dungeons and Dragons and stuff since I was a little kid, and I'm like the kind of person that's still around my room. I have different like D20 dice pictures and shirts and shit just hanging out in my house. I actually have been trying to get my hands on the FYE D20 night light that sits on your stand. Yeah, there you go. I don't even really play that much anymore, and I still love every bit of Dungeons and Dragons. You guys are making this very hard for me to.
I know. Sorry.
No, mostly Mike, because
powered
Aaron
through.
Rodgers did not make sense. At least what you were showing me made sense.
Yeah, this is a bag of 50 D10s. Yeah.
Adrian did Buzz Lightyear.
I didn't even know that was Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I didn't even see Adrian do his. Yeah, I mean, even when we were kids, me and Adrian tried to play Dungeons and Dragons a few times. Like, we'd make a one night campaign with our friends and play it, but they never really took it seriously, and it kind of bothered me because I would sit up all night and make a character and make their attributes and where I put my points, and
That's
then
why
I'd go
I
to
played
them
at
and
the
they'd be like,
comic shop.
yeah, and they'd be like,
Every
my name
Saturday.
is Jeff, and I have a sword and a shield.
Madam Jeff.
But what
Say, "Do it,
species
Mike."
are you? I'm a human, I think. It's
Yeah.
like, come on.
I'm a
Did you not
human.
pay attention at all?
My name is Zenosuke. My parents were murdered by orcs in the dead of night, and I've trained each and every day to get them back.
My name is Krusty Butthole.
That was the kind of thing that they would do. And it
Clip,
bothered
clip
me.
that,
that's
clip
what I
that, clip that,
expected.
clip that.
My name is Crustacean
clip
Under
that.
Dick. Get it? And I'd be like, oh my God.
My name is Big Fat Fucking Cock.
But like, I was
Clip-
always
clip
super
that,
into-
please.
They're not the kind of dudes that picked up a stick and had sword fights.
No.
I was gonna say I totally LARPed when I was a little kid.
Oh, absolutely. In the yard.
Dude, I'd do it now. I'd especially do it now.
I'm very much looking forward to seeing how your opinions even evolve even more. I'm so glad that you both actually enjoyed this first one. I thought one of the two of you actually wouldn't enjoy it, but I'm really excited to see how much more you like the other ones, and I'm going to be super disappointed if you go the other way with it. Like, there was too much. But I don't think
These
that's going to
fucking
happen
trees suck.
because they didn't ever really lean into super CGI except with Gollum, really. I'm really looking forward to.
There is the entire race of trees.
Well,
I'm just kidding. There's no trees.
But that they don't.
We
actually,
already saw them get cut down.
They seriously don't even look that bad, though.
I know. I agree.
But I'm really excited to see where you guys go with this. But I'm pretty sure we talked about the first one. All we can talk about. There's a lot less going on in the first one than there is in the second two movies. So
I do want to shout out my brother again because that got scrapped because it was in the last episode we lost.
I think we're giving this guy too much credit.
Yeah, right.
He drew one picture.
I mean, he drew one
Yeah, but we haven't actually shouted it out in the episode yet.
in an actual
Not like-
episode.
okay, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike, let's not suck our brothers' dicks too much. I hate Adrian, and he's here. So
They said they've hate each other.
I'm not doing it.
Not
I don't-
again.
I
Not
don't-
after last time.
Not after
You
last
don't-
time.
You don't do that.
That was a weird family reunion, and I haven't been invited back since.
And when our cousin joined in, they got real weird.
No, that was hot.
Whoa.
But anyway, let me get on with this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that's enough about Lord of the Rings for the night. Adrian, you got anything to plug?
Yes. So
All right, Mike, you got anything to plug?
Yeah, I just
No,
real
Adrian,
quick
go ahead.
one.
Now Corey on the episode.
The good old double win.
Corey
got you,
fucked
bud.
both of us.
Got you.
Man, that was clean. I liked it.
All right,
That
Adrian,
was-
go ahead.
That was really nice. So yeah, my month of horror on Baker Reviews is continuing. I'll have a review definitely by the time this podcast is out, I will have a review of Barbarian made by Zach Kreger, who was one of the members of The Whitest Kids You Know, fun fact.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Trevor Moore.
Yeah. I'm also going to be doing a review of Halloween Ends, which also by the time this comes out, I will have seen it. And wow, that movie was a lot better than I thought. Future me. No, that movie fucking sucked, probably.
Well, you got both opinions based.
Exactly. And at the end of the month, I will be doing a ranking of all 13 Halloween films, which is sure to divide some of my listeners. So that will be a good time.
Ooh.
You can check all that out and all my past stuff on Baker Reviews on YouTube.
There are 13 Halloween.
Halloween
movies now?
Ends will make 13.
Yeah.
Damn.
They need to stop there because Lucky 13.
Or because it's called Halloween Ends.
Friday the 13th needs if Friday the 13th gets one more movie, that'll be Friday the 13th.
They need to do that too. Then
Wait, so there are
They
more
can't.
Halloweens than Friday the 13th?
Now there
There
are.
will
Yep.
be.
Friday the 13th got
That's-
wrapped up in legal shit. they can't
Yeah.
make movies right now.
That's fucking
Oh.
wild, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Mike, you got anything?
Yeah, just real quick, I wanted to send a shout out to my brother Matt Craig for his amazing artwork he did for us for Halloween, the month of October.
it was
From Doug, that's you know,
Yeah, that's the highest praise.
But I mean, he did it really well. I think he kind of shocked everybody else here. Nobody was really expecting something like that. So
Yeah, it was awesome.
damn,
Yeah,
Mike, that was kind of a double backhanded.
hey, that's what I do best.
They are brothers. They are brothers after all.
I know.
Well, to be fair, when Mike told me that Matt was going to be making us a painting or a drawing, I kind of was like, "Fuck!" Now I'm gonna have to pretend to like it because I know Matt and I like him.
Yeah.
But actually, I did end up really liking
I
it.
actually like it.
I would like to say he doesn't even know about our inside joke, but managed to capture it in the picture. You pumpkin fucker, Corey, you.
Pumpkin the fucker. Wow.
All right, I gotta go though. Guys.
Okay.
All right. Well, I really enjoyed talking about this movie. I can't wait to talk about the other ones. From all of us here at Culture Shocked, thanks for listening.